Championships such as this.
It is now 1981. The venue is Australia as the host nation for the third FIFA World Youth Championship for the Coca-Cola Cup. They are to be joined by 15 other soccer countries who have qualified through 99 countries for the right to challenge for this year's Coca-Cola Cup. Australia is joined by teams from Qatar, Romania, Egypt and Mexico, from the United States, West Germany, Poland and Italy, Uruguay, Argentina, Korea, Spain, Brazil, England and Cameroon, who will be declared the new young champions in Australia in 1981. Well, good afternoon and welcome from David Fordham to Network 10's extravaganza of soccer this afternoon as we relive the graphic and dramatic moments of the World Youth Championship for 1981 with Australia as the host nation. And who better to join me this afternoon than former Australian Socceroo captain Johnny Warren. Johnny, welcome to the studio.
David.
And what a wonderful 2 weeks of football we've had.
Yes, quite the ultimate test as far as Australian soccer was concerned, particularly at junior level, where we've always boasted that our youth was as good as the youth anywhere else in the world. And here was the ultimate test, Australia taking on the cream of the youth in world soccer, countries which had won their way through to the finals. And also it was a chance for Australian soccer to restore, if you like, its credibility, which I think quite frankly had been damaged since the '74 World Cup, particularly at international level where we haven't qualified for the World Cup and where we were really tossed out by New Zealand, humiliated. And here was a chance for our youth, the future of our game here, to restore that credibility.
John, national pride has been a problem, particularly this year with the demise at World Cup level. As you mentioned, this was the time that Australians could be proud of these young lads that wore the green and gold.
Yes, I think since '74 there's perhaps been a little bit missing there, and this was again the ultimate test, the ultimate opportunity at home in front of our own, or these young Socceroos' own crowd, a sporting public which has always wanted to see the best in world soccer, and here was the perfect opportunity to restore all that, and I think they did a tremendous job.
Well, Johnny and I were in fact very, very fortunate indeed to see 2 weeks of great soccer football. 1981. The day these 16 teams have strived for, with the world awaiting the outcome of the first 8 games played throughout Australia. Australia, the underdogs, are pitted against the might of the world champions, Argentina. A game in which some critics marked as Australia's demise. But it was to be one of the biggest upsets of the tournament, with the young men in the green and gold fighting like true champions.
In a couple of hours' time.
Well, as soon as we walked into the ground against Argentina, we just walked in and apparently the crowd just sighted us and the whole crowd just raised their feet and started applauding. Yeah, I think it was me and David Mitchell just walked in the ground first and the players follow. We started to look around now, who the hell came in the ground? You know, because we've never received a reception like that before.
Argentina are world champions, and anyone that's a champion and you're regarded as a nobody, well, naturally you sort of you feel a bit inferior to start off with.
More room here. Borrellia's dropped out and Martino and Tapia in there. This is Gordillo, the left back, wriggling his way through. Gordillo is still going. And out there for Garcia. Mitchell is here. Somebody's going down the left. It's in Cantalupo. It's the ball he needs on the left foot. If it's in early, there's a chance. The goalkeeper was struggling desperately as that scooped and skimped off the bar. That was a great move by Australia, and the nice ball from Mitchell to put in Cantalupo onto his good left foot. The goalkeeper was nowhere for this, and only inches away from the first goal. Into the penalty area, and a penalty is given, and the Australians protest.
Well, I was behind the player at the time the penalty was given. It didn't really look like a penalty to me, but I was too far away to make a decision. But when the penalty went in, I thought, hello, here it goes again, because I played a lot of international games in Israel, played teams like Israel, Greece, Romania. We virtually matched them in everything except for scoring goals. Once the ball went in, we were 1-0 down. I thought, hello, you know, we've been unlucky again.
And a penalty for Argentina, a very harsh penalty, Jerry, which is going to be taken by Gurachega. battered into the top of the netting. Well, what's your assessment of the penalty?
Well discussed it actually, Jerry. Very harsh penalty.
And here's the substitution for Australia. Ian Hunter coming off, number 11.
I was sitting on the bench watching the players really get stuck into Argentina. They were going all out. I was just so keyed up. I reckon I could have ran through a brick wall just to go out and be part of them.
Hunter, a very good lead. Tredinnick on the ball, and there goes Giovanoli. And he was well beaten in the air, but again, over the top, Hunter, a very good lead. Blair is up there over the far side. Certainly a lot of pushing and shoving there. Oh, Kousas has put it in. Kousas has scored just at the time he was about to be substituted. Well, that really is a turn up for the book. This is a free kick. They worked on him so hard. It was a fine header down by Mitchell and whacked in total delight by Mark Kousas. Let's enjoy that one again, because that was a good bit of hitting, a good bit of reaction too by Kousas, and it means a crowd invasion, but he's going off. So his last touch on the game was the most important as far as Australia's concerned. Well, there's the story that tells through. Here comes Prino.
I was very pleased to have a draw, actually. I thought what a great result for Australia it was. And with about a minute and a half to go, all of a sudden a ball just came to me, and I just actually put up the bomb, as the boys say, and just to waste time, hoping a ball will stay in the air long enough.
And David Mitchell said after it, and I was fairly deep at the time, and I thought, I'll go up and try and support Mitch. And he got the better of the two Argentinian defenders, and I thought he was going to shoot. And I was coming inside, and I had a bit of space there. And I thought to myself, Mitch, don't shoot, I'm nearly there. And I called out Mitch, and he laid a perfect ball off. It was a beautiful ball. I just sort of kicked it into the back of the net.
Hunter being mobbed by the crowd is surely telling him, get off, please, because otherwise you could ruin the whole occasion.
And what a great scoreline, 2-1, Australia over Argentina. John, I was at the Hindmarsh Stadium in Adelaide when that news crept through, and there was just so much jubilation. But I envied you being at the Sydney Sports Ground. What was the feeling like? Well,
I think the whole crowd, it was just quite incredible, as witnessed by the scenes after the game. But here was a game, first game, taking on the world champions of senior football and of junior football. No one gave Australia a chance, except perhaps the boys themselves. They were behind to a criminal penalty, if you like. It was never a penalty. They were still able to pick themselves up and win the game 2-1. Apart from the penalty, they were never under threat, and it was a thoroughly deserved win.
John, what about those opening scenes when the team came into the stadium? We've seen this year, particularly at the Sydney Cricket Ground, when Australian senior team was beaten by New Zealand, where they were booed and jeered off the field. What a wonderful moment, finally a breakthrough as far as recognition of national pride with Australian football.
Yeah, I think the crowd, the supporters of soccer, really sensed that this was the chance, you know, again, to come back to our original statement, to restore credibility, and they set the atmosphere for the performance of the whole Australian team by their support before the game, and the young players themselves have said how much that contributed towards the little bit extra that they had to give.
So the question, proud to be Australian, the answer is yes, as Australia won that first game against Argentina. The other teams in Australia's group were England and Cameroon. England's team was tagged the ragtag and bobtail squad by the English press, and they nearly fell to the little-known Cameroons, who had recently finished as runner-up in the African qualifying group. England are in the white shirts.
Ollie with a chance to run up the defence. Ebongi wide on the line. Oh, what a shot. He's gone for the return. Lovely play. Ebongi bearing down on Banfield. Ebongi with an opening. And England closed it up, but it's still there. And put in the net after the shot by Mfede, who was blocked. And the linesman's flag is up. The linesman might disallow this one. And Mfede comes in with a shot which Kendall can't hold. He sets it up. It's in the net, but look at the man offside on the line. Half-time score then is England 0, Cameroon 0. Nice touch. Finnegan trying. Oh, he scored. But Robson helps him and knocks the ball through to him. From a distance, he pings one, and the goalkeeper was struggling from the moment he hit it. Into the back of the net, 1-0 to England. Straight back again by Amsutobo. And here's Bonge. Bonge puts it in. Oh, how the devil do you miss that? And we've got Robson and Small in there for big fellas. It's touched in, and that's a fine goal.
And so after that shaky start, England headed Group D on goal difference from Australia. There were some more surprises on day one in Melbourne. Korea, the champions of Asia, showed that reputations mean little, as their speed and ball control completely outclassed the Italians, particularly the number 10 Soon Ho, the 19-year-old Korean skipper. Korea are in the red shirts.
John Hackler pushes that one in. Italian defence under pressure, the first time shot, and Korea have scored. Well, that's the first shot on goal for Korea, and they've scored. There's the dejected Italian goalkeeper, Richatelli, and South Korea have scored through their number 17, Sung Ho. There it is, under the keeper. And now this is Gambrini. Side looking for Alvarisi yet again, and the Koreans are awake to that move. And he's onside. Well, the Italian defence have moved up. Could this be number 2? Surely, yes. And Sung Ho again. And South Korea putting together some delightful moves. This is Sun Ho. Line for a shot, and that's number 3. Sun Ho, his second goal of the night. Well, here's Sun Ho. Look, finds the space, and what a shot. So Italy now with this corner. And South Korea can get it away, but that's pushed back in by Dona. In Young. Could this be one back for Italy? Surely, but no, off the line. And South Korea live again. Mariani there linking up. Kona. And Kona, they're going for a run in the box. A good cross. And a tremendous save there from goalkeeper In Young from that header there from Chinello. This is Manzo. This is Dona. Gambrini. Now it's Chinello. And across, and that ball's loose, and the Italian will force one back. The Italians have pulled one back through Mariani. The first mistake by the keeper In Young all night. That one goes astray, and there's Mariani, and that's in the back of the net. From Sung Ho. And a good header, and it's hit the post. Italy could be caught out at the back with only 3 defenders. The Koreans have 4 players forward, and a lovely through ball. Could this be number 4? It is.
Well, Johnny, the championship is only 3 games old, and already we've seen surprises that have really set the championship up.
Yes, well, it's the two factors. To start with, Australia's win has obviously generated a lot more interest in the tournament, and secondly, that the emerging nations, like Korea, they're just walloping Italy, that the traditional countries weren't going to have things all their own way in this tournament.
John, the other game we saw the highlights there were Cameroon. Now, a lot of people said Camahoo when they came to Australia, but didn't they make an impact with that Sydney crowd?
Well, with the Sydney crowd in particular, and I think one of the injustices of soccer is that not always the best team wins, and I felt that Cameroon in that first game against England most certainly deserved to win. And for the Sydney public, nothing could have been greater than to see Cameroon get through to the quarterfinals.
You made the comment about emerging nations in world football. That's got to be great for the future advancement of the code.
Well, I think that's the idea behind the World Youth Championships, is to give countries like Australia to stage such an event, is to give impetus to the game in emerging nations, and the results throughout the whole tournament prove that FIFA were right in their thinking behind it.
John, in 1979 in Japan, we saw the emergence of a legend in his own lifetime, Diego Maradona. A lot of people were looking to see who was going to emerge out of these young champions here in Australia.
Well, there was probably no Maradona emerge, but there was certainly a lot of fine individual players. We're talking Cameroon, Ibonge, the tall striker, Mfede, the midfielder, the Korean captain there who scored 2 goals, and of course Gabor from Romania was just some of the many young players to emerge.
Well, there's still plenty of action coming away on Network 10 this afternoon. That 4-1 victory, in fact, put Korea on top of Group B, ahead of Brazil and Romania, who played an uninspiring 1-1 draw. But there are more surprises in this group coming up right after this break. Looking at the action on day 1 of the World Youth Championship for 1981, and I think one of the sad things was the public ignorance in Australia of the fact that this championship was going on. In fact, 16 of the top countries in the world were playing here in Australia. They were divided into 4 groups. In Brisbane, the 4 teams were Uruguay, the United States, Poland and Qatar. In Group B, which was being played at Olympic Park in Melbourne, the teams involved were Brazil, Italy, Korea and Romania. At the Hindmarsh Stadium in Adelaide, the teams were Spain, Mexico, Egypt and West Germany, while in Group D, the sides that we saw earlier, England, Argentina, Cameroon and Australia. But as we mentioned, there were days of surprises. In Group C, Egypt caused another surprise against Spain at Adelaide's Hindmarsh Stadium. Egypt are in the green shirts. By the Egyptian defence, I should say, Helmy put in space on the left-hand side. First shot, turned away, and finally tidied up. But that was great play by Helmy, who came down the left-hand side. Nando Peralta put under intense pressure here. It's a savage left-foot shot. And that's beautifully turned away by Peralta. And so the corner again, the second of this first half for Egypt. And it's home, headed home by the number 12, Tahir Abuzaid Amir. And here it comes again. He freed himself, Peralta under pressure for the second time in the space of a minute. And so Tahir Abuzaid Amir puts Egypt 1 up. After 5.5 minutes of this first half. Lopez puts Serrano in space on the right-hand side. He's shot. Yes! There's the equaliser by the substitute player, Lopez Serrano. And it was all made possible by the long ball played forward. And look at this great finishing. He came back inside the defender, left foot shot, turned inside by the goalkeeper, Assur. His first mistake of the night, but more importantly, Spain pull 1 back. And here it comes again. And this is great finishing, Tom, a great left foot shot.
Since he's come on, he's looked the first Spanish player that can outstrip this Egyptian defence.
Lopez Alfaro. Challenging that play by Calvo. And that's... Oh, yeah! Spain have hit the lead through the number 10, Nadal. And what a way for him to celebrate his 19th birthday. He's put Spain in the lead. Here it comes again. Up goes Nadal. Frees himself and sticks it home. And a great birthday present for Sebastian Nadal. A great ball coming across from Calvo. It got a deflection that deceived the keeper. And there is Nadal to head it home for the number 6, Sidki. Comes forward from right back. Now comes square across the face of that penalty area. Now Mahmoud deliberated, chipped it out to the left. Helmy, El Shati, chips it across, headed down. Super goal! Second by Amir. Tahir Abuzaid, and look at that reaction, Tom.
Well, Mr. Haviland, here it comes now, put back beautifully. And watch the way he slings back and slashes this ball. And that's Egypt back in the game.
And so with Egypt holding that Spain to that 2-2 draw and West Germany defeating Mexico 1-0, West Germany took an early lead in this group with Spain and Egypt still in contention. But I think it was great to see, John, the Egyptians really captured the hearts of the Adelaide fans. I was down there, but just seeing that finishing of the number 12, Tahir Abuzaid Amir, that's one player that emerged from this tournament.
Yes, well, Egypt is the top nation in Africa, and Africa has done so well in recent World Cups. It was no surprise to see Egypt perform so well. I think this group overall was probably, in retrospect anyhow, probably the strongest and certainly the most evenly fought group of the four.
Well, as we watch the progress of this tournament, watch out for the tightness in Group C from Adelaide and Canberra. But Group A also held some shock results when Poland, one of Europeans' glamour teams, was defeated by tiny Qatar. The team selected from a country with a population of only 200,000 people. And they not only won the game, they won the hearts of the Brisbane crowd at Lang Park. They are playing in the maroon shirts.
It's a break for Qatar now. There's a chance, and oh, it hits the post. What a chance, and it's still on. Hooked across, and number 11 missed the volley. Abdullah Aidan was the man who first had the chance, and finally the goalkeeper can gather. There's not a bad-looking right-footed cross. If somebody could capitalize on it there for Qatar. That's Mohamed Duhan. The number 14 is Aidan. First time cross, that's very, very close to the bar. That's a good low one in. That's a lovely ball. Well tried by Kakawa. Here's Janka with the throw to Poland. Mansour. Lovely through ball, lads. And it's there! It's there! 1-0 to Qatar. Celebrations. And goodness me, Qatar are ahead against...
So Qatar are second on goal average. The championship favourite Uruguay, with a convincing 3-0 win over the USA, showed that why they are the South American champions. But after an eventful first day, Australia are now on the move for the second round in Newcastle. And we'll be moving with them right after this break. After that exhilarating win over Argentina was certainly on a high. But they had to move to Newcastle on a public holiday to meet the Cameroons. So the man to receive the throw was Fabio Incantalupo. He's from the Juventus club in Melbourne. Now pressured by the Australians again, but the shot's not on target. But it draws a round of applause from this excellent crowd at the Newcastle International Sports Centre. Here it comes again in replay, and it appeared that it was Howard Sedinic, the man that came forward. Crucis turning, but he shot past that near post. So the smallest man in the Australian side, Paul Kay, knocking it out of the right foot weakly. And now Grant Lee, closed down quickly by the Cameroon midfield. Sedinic possesses a great left foot. The target man, the shot, yes, Australia! David Mitchell scores for Australia, and they lead by 1-0. And the man that was beaten was Pierre Yombo. And look at this great left foot shot, ball coming from Sedinic.
David Mitchell does really well here, brings it down on his chest, lets it bounce, and he has a first time shot to the corner of the net.
And here it comes from behind the goal. This is a beautiful ball from Sedinic.
Lovely. Floats it in there perfectly.
And there's Mitchell supplying the finishing touch. The ball curving inside that near post.
Great control.
And so Australia lead Cameroon by 1-0. And there's the man that put Australia in the lead. There's Wheatley. Knocking it back for goalkeeper Ahern, who just manages to save the corner. And it's an interesting background of Glenn Ahern. In fact, was a rugby league convert from Queensland. And after earning a full Australian cap away in the last two matches of the World Cup elimination matches in Indonesia and Taiwan, I'm sure he's very glad that he made that transition from rugby league. He's now representing his country not only at A level but also in this World Youth Championship. That's nice play by the Cameroons. The shot, and that's home. So indecision in the Australian defence. And the goal scorer was Bertie Ole Ole. So we see Glenn Ahern is virtually impeded there as his view of the ball, but the ball sneaking inside the far post. And so Cameroon pull one back through the goal by Ole Ole. That's great play. Ole Yonkep. The Cameroon striker, Bonaventure Yonkep, puts Cameroon in the lead by 2-1, and here's how it happens. He was put in space on the right. Ahern was off his line, despite the attempt of Stephen Blair to cut it out. It's in the back of the net, and Cameroon lead Australia by 2-1.
And there we have it. Cross ball, switches play again. You get caught out in the forward position. Glenn Ahern comes up from his goal, and the boy does well to stick it in the same corner as the first goal.
Kousas was there again, but cleared away by the Cameroon defence. Wheatley loses possession. Tredinnick across to the left-hand side. Now Cameroon in towards that area. Ahern's committed himself. Goal number 3, scored by Ibongi. In fact, by Yonkep again. Yonkep scores his second goal. And look at the jubilation of the Cameroons.
In the front there, lost the tackle there. There's Harold Tredinnick. And it's the quick breakaway we found there. We've got 3 men against 1 there.
And the finishing here of Yonkep scores his second goal. And Australia trail by 3-1. Yes! Mark Kousas scores at the other end of the field. So that's made it 3-2. Mark Kousas scores his second goal in the space of 2 days for Australia. And the goal came in the 8th minute of the second half. Number 14 out there is Balinga. And now Australia's defence tested again. Great pass. Yonkep again. He's into the area. Cuts it back, and Ibongi couldn't supply the finishing touch, but there's no doubting the skill of this big forward line. They're not only fast, they're not only powerful, but they certainly can show the Australian defence that they can control the ball as well. Look at the way that Yonkep cuts it back. Ibongi arrived, but couldn't bring it under control. And now Cameroon trying to break again. But Raskopoulos takes over in midfield. On the left-hand side now is Homer. His shot is wide. Patikas on the field for Nkantalupo. I didn't see that substitution made earlier. Now Howard Tredinnick, has he got the pace? Look at the pace of Ibongi. Tremendous pace. And that really put pressure on Howard Tredinnick. Australia again, back over halfway. Chips it on for Kousas. Kousas, his man. It's a penalty. The referee has pointed to the spot. This will be interesting to watch it in replay. Just where is Mark Kousas? Well, that's one you could dispute. In my opinion, he was outside the area. Mark Kousas on the spot for Australia. This will make it 3-3. And that's one that they'll talk about for a while. That's it. So Australia pull one back. Mark Kousas scores from the spot. And so the scores come back level 3-3. And we've got around about 11 minutes of play remaining in the second half. And here's how Mark Kousas brings the scores back level in the 34th minute of the second half. Well, Johnny, the championship only 3 days old, already controversy, but it was great to see that fighting spirit by the young Australians again.
Well, tremendous fighting spirit, the ability also to score goals, which the Australian team has been criticised for, but also tremendous psychological approach to the game, because they were on a high after beating the world champions. The whole World Cup build-up was to the first game against the world champions. They've beaten them, and now 2 days later they've got to take the less fancied Cameroon side. And I think it was a credit to the Australians psychologically that they were able to get such, to me, was their best result against Cameroon.
Well, there's still plenty of exciting action coming. We'll take a break and we'll now be back to see how the other teams in this group fared when they met in Sydney on the same day. In day 3 of this very important championship, one of the most important aspects of soccer in Australia. And as I mentioned, England met Argentina at the Sydney Sports Ground. It was a contest that we all look forward to, the might of England against the cup holders, Argentina, England in the red shirts.
Forward looking for Wallace, and that's a nice ball in for Tony Finnegan. Small gets over the far side. Michael Small coming in for this one. Good header, but not enough power. Urruti trying to get through. Urruti shot. It's gone in. Every Argentine player back here. Here's Webb. Oh, hit the post. Such bad luck. Neil Webb is the number 18. Robson is in the middle there. Webb. Oh, it's stuffed in by Small. They've got the equaliser. The goalkeeper made an error there. Well, the free kick was bent round the wall by Webb. The goalkeeper couldn't hold it, and in comes Michael Small with a gift.
And so that draw put England on top of the table, but only on goal difference from Australia. And as you will see, there's still a lot of juggling going on for group leadership, particularly when Uruguay, the favourites, meet Poland, who desperately needed a win to keep their hopes alive for the finals.
That's Aguilera out to Lopez Baez. On the right is Vasquez. Aguilera. Now Nobler, free and unmarked. Oh, good try. Well saved. Lopez Baez just hooks it out to the left winger, totally unmarked. He saw that the shot was on, made it, beautifully executed, and excellent reflex save from Vanjik. The game being played in good spirits so far. Here's Urban, makes good space, wants the shots. Confusion here between the two of them, and it's Boyce. Oh, goodness me. Lopez Baez curls it in nicely. That's dangerous. Inside, Lopez Baez, and now Da Silva, and he buries it right. The elegant midfielder once again did the damage. Look at the beautiful ball in. And I think there was a tackle there. The ball finally bounced in front of Da Silva. He really couldn't have missed from there, and that's exactly what he didn't do. And he's put the man through. It's Lopez Baez, and he got it in. Goalkeeper's out. He's back again. Still out of his goal, and it's off the line. Maya can't get it away. Da Silva going through. Forceful play by the Uruguayans. They won't give this up. And there he tries it again. Merueta. Good try.
And once again, Vanjik comes to the saviour of the Poles there. Beautiful little ball laid back, set up, and a right foot rocket comes screaming in towards that near post, and Vanjik just pushes it across.
And so Les Murray and Joe Gilroy saw all that action in Brisbane, and that loss in fact meant that Poland were already eliminated from the World Youth Championship for the Coca-Cola Cup. Uruguay were already assured of a place in the quarterfinals, and Qatar, who had a 1-1 draw with the USA, were hot on their heels. But Italy, another European giant, were also eliminated from Group B when they lost by the odd goal to Brazil. Italy are in the dark blue shirts.
Julio Cesar, Paulo Roberto, and Julio Cesar, Josimar. That's Josimar. The first time shot and just past that far post. As Krakau goes down that byline, a good cross there. Some good skills from Leomar. And just past that post. So look at that. Brazil, we love you. And the Brazilian fans out here in force tonight with Brazilian flags all around this ground. As this corner comes in. And just past that near post. On that far side, another player with an explosive shot, which we might see now, and just over the top. And Cabrini gets the return ball, and this looks good for Italy. Cabrini now picking up Mariani. Mariani past Luis Antonio. Mariani into the box, and the far side is Cielo. It was much too high. But he might be in better this time and brought down there for that challenge. And there's a few problems there between Luis Antonio, the player who brought him down. And quickly taken free kick from Chinello. Leomar sees Pajamo, and Brazil get the corner as this corner comes in from Cacao. And there it is, and the player who's scoring is the number 11, Pajamo, who's about to be substituted. There's the scoreline. Brazil 1, Italy 0.
And so Italy are eliminated. The other results in Group B saw Romania defeat Korea, also by the odd goal. But in Adelaide, it was Egypt who contradicted the experts by defeating West Germany, the 1981 European champions, by 2-1. So Spain and Mexico had everything to play for. Mexico are in the all-white.
Now Martinez freed himself of Lacalay. Beautiful ball through for Alonso, and another great save at the other end by Fernando Peralta. He cut out the shot for Alonso. He showed great pace. Peralta's conceded the corner but saved the goal. Spaniards obviously more methodical in their build-up. They're stringing their passes together with sureness and crispness. And there's Alfaro forward again. And the penalty. Martinez is the man that brings down Serrano. Serrano sticks it home, and so Spain go 1-up in the 45th minute of the first half through a goal from the spot by Lopez Serrano. Trying to knock it square, and it broke down again for the Mexicans. Now Servine and Martinez, the number 6. Servine overlap well again. Cross. Yes! Goal! What a brilliant goal. Here it comes, and a brilliant crashing header.
So with Spain and Mexico sharing the points, it meant that the third round was all important. It was too for all of the other groups, and we'll show you why right after this break. Qualifying round with much of the interest centering on Group D, but the tightest group of all was Group C in Canberra. Meanwhile in Sydney, the first match on that evening was Argentina and Cameroon, and a big win was imperative for either side. It was a game that was very nearly that wasn't played that night because of the inadequate lighting at the Sydney Sports Ground. The program went ahead under FIFA's instructions with very poor lighting conditions which were not conducive to good soccer. Argentina are in the striped shirt.
Well, I would think that both teams are going to enjoy the extra space.
Good shot. Well picked up. Urruti, the man with the shot there. This is Tapia trying to get the ball forward to Moresi. There's a chop there. Play on. And forward go Argentina. And there's a definite opening here. Oh, and a bad miss there by Cecchi. Garcia. And Giovanolio just missed it. That's a clear opening there. I wonder if he didn't pick it up in the light, so John Warren.
Yes, I would think so. It's hard enough from here and for viewers at home, let alone the players out there, and he misjudged that completely. That was a perfect opportunity to open the scoring. And I think that incident is going to be indicative of a lot of this game. Both teams have to win and win well.
Garcia's in another good position here. Must get one now. Oh, and another miss. Urruti blocked on the line by the goalkeeper. Argentine pumping everything forward. Down goes Urruti again. Goalkeeper picks it up. Picked up by Bonge. Oh, and an opening here for Cecchi. Cecchi must get one. Cecchi scores for Argentina. And they're in business already.
Cameroon paying the penalty there for appealing for offside. Referee allowed them to play on.
And Cecchi stuffs it in the back of the net after an error by the Cameroons when they could so easily have got the ball away.
So that goal, in fact, put Cameroon out of the championship and gave Argentina 3 points overall and a slight glimmer of hope. That really put pressure on England and Australia, who still had the last qualifying match to come that same evening. So that really must have been a nerve-wracking time for the Australians in anticipation of that game, John.
Very much so, not just that they still had to qualify, but as events proved, that if they'd have won this game against England, that they would have stayed in Sydney and probably gone right through the final. As it was, as events turned out, they drew and then had to move camp to Canberra and meet the West Germans.
John, the rivalry that's existed in cricket and rugby league between Australia and England hasn't really come to the fore. We saw the first match here in May last year when the senior side played England. I wonder just what the build-up would have been like to try and motivate the Australians for that take-no-prisoner attitude against England.
Well, I think where England's concerned and Australians, I don't think there's any danger to the coach to build his players up big enough, but most of my non-soccer mates always say that soccer will really come of age in Australia when we can play England at soccer and beat them, and he was probably the first opportunity.
Well, it certainly was, and the action was from the Sydney Sports Ground, Australia versus England.
Mitchell rather looping there and being fouled by Robson. The Romanian referee standing no nonsense early on. Now let's see what we've got here. We've got Greeno and Raskopoulos. Kay behind them. Here's Raskopoulos. Good drive. Oh, he rattled it against the bar. Raskopoulos desperately unlucky. He gets a shoulder in there as England get it away in some urgency and despair. Good challenge there, though, by Peake. And cleared into touch by the man brought up in rugby league circles, Graham O'Hearn. That was a marvellous free kick by Peter Raskopoulos, and the goalkeeper, in these lights, didn't see it. The ball was pushed along that touchline. Oh, there's a bad foul by Pellegrino, and the play is allowed to go on because Australia are in possession, in a good position. Kousas, a good turn. Kousas, a good goal! Mark Kousas. Goalkeeper left his near post unprotected. That's a lovely turn by the Australians' leading scorer. This fella's really got a touch for the goal here. Beautiful turn, leaves Bamfield for dead, and a wonderful drive. An early goal for Australia. A terrific boost from Mark Kousas after Incantalupa was fouled, but the referee sensibly allowing play to go on. Good refereeing there, John.
Yes, good refereeing, but fantastic skills from Mark Kousas. A really world-class goal, and that's got the Australians really going now. An ideal time to get a goal.
Kousas has backed off into the area. Tredinic, can he get down the line? Tredinic still with a chance of getting a cross in. Well, that's a beautiful cross, and up goes Kendall. Oh, the lights were a great problem to the goalkeeper there. So too was the very, very physical challenge of Mitchell, and Kendall is in some trouble. Then you're going to hope for one in, but Small thundered away. England doing well at the moment, with Wallace trying to keep possession, but heavily outnumbered. So still this battle for domination outside the Australian penalty area goes on, with England having their best spell of the game at the moment as Phil Crosby, with a lot of room, looks to knock the big one in for Small to get up. Now Webb might drive one and doesn't get it through the Rucker players, but Greenall going in there hard, surely being held off by Kousas, but Greenall now goes for the return, and really a tremendous burst here by Kay. Neil Webb comes over to take this one. The long throw, and Small's got to get himself quickly into the penalty area if he's going to be of any use, but it's Peake coming to it. Good cross. Hits the referee, and Michael Small almost had a fortunate rebound there. Mr. Igner could have made himself fairly unpopular had that dropped into the path of Michael Small a little bit more comfortably. Peake. Good cross, but goalkeeper should have it, but he was in a couple of minds, and that was coming straight out of the lights. Peake, although in normal circumstances that wouldn't be called a decent cross at all, the goalkeeper was in some trouble. And a corner. Again with the ball to be put into the middle by Peake. Deflected away, helped on by Kay. And Banfield humps it back again. Oh, the miss there by Blair. Wallace couldn't get it. And the powerful figure of Mitchell. And what a run by Patikas here. And it's in for the chance now for the second. Oh, it should have been in the back of the net there by Kay. That was a straight line break from Mitchell and Patikas and Kay, and it should have been in, John.
Yes, fine counter-attack by the Australian team. Something I think we're going to see a lot more of as this game progresses, with England pressing. And it's a free kick now, which surely they'll delay until he gets back into the middle. Two-man wall. Paul Kendall's in some trouble. Oh, that was Pusas with a little bit of... No, Uti with the win. Mitchell to battle. Mitchell's got the break on Robson here. Can Mitchell pull him back? Nicely stopped there. Mitchell got round young Robson, but only Crosby stopped that one from being a very dangerous cross. And again, they'll pile up at the back with Patikas on the goal line. Kendall holds it. Patikas puts it in. Whistle had gone. Kendall obviously fouled there, and there was no real threat to the England goal. He came out to challenge it. Three bodies hit him. Patikas rattles it in, but the whistle had gone long before. Wallace has dropped back. Bad pass. Allen a lot busier now with the bits and pieces as Robson comes forward. And Patikas, the culprit there. As Australia pull everyone back. Even Dave Mitchell is getting behind the ball here. Well, it's a long, long way out for a direct shot. But it's possible. It's Allen, Peake and Webb on the ball. Webb is Allen now. They've still got a half a chance of getting through here. Wallace can't turn on it, but it's going to be picked up here by Robson. And blocked by Wheatley. Wallace battles. Wallace. And Australia just keep it out. And there's a chance here for Mitchell to break away. Mitchell's away. It's an obvious foul and a free kick. Mitchell had certainly got away there. Pure power, as the ball was misjudged in the air. He just drove through the middle. That was a bad leap by Banfield, one of the rare misjudgments he's had in this game, and across came the fullback and chopped him. So we're back to the free kick situation. We've got a replacement for Australia with this man Hunter on. He's wide on the right for the kick. The wall's got to get back farther. Laskopodos. Oh, it's a brilliant save. It's an absolutely marvellous save. Terrific effort by the goalkeeper there. Well driven. Excellent piece of work by Kendall. Well, a crowd of 28,000 just over here would be horror-struck if anything came from this free kick from Neil Webb. There might be the odd isolated pom, but not too many of us. Webb takes it.
Well away by Robert Wheatley. Greenall back in again. Wallace. Robson. Small. Oh, it's got it! Michael Small has picked up another equaliser. Catch him before he gets out of the stadium. And the big fella, the one big fella they've got up front, cashes in. Two players competing for this. After Greenall pumps it intelligently back into the goal mouth. A swing by Wallace, he misses. A swing by Robson, he misses. But Michael Small doesn't. And that's his second goal in 2 games.
Series of errors there by the Australian team. They should have had it away a lot earlier.
Good play, though, by Greenall. That's a considered ball back in there. He didn't whack it. Wallace should have had a clean shot. Robson, you can excuse him. But Michael Small has really been growing in stature in more ways than one. And it's 1-1.
That draw, in fact, make England the winner of Group D, with Australia runner-up on goal difference and the defending champions Argentina on their way home. Certainly one of the surprises of the early part of this tournament, John.
Well, I think pre-tournament form, the fact that Argentina didn't make it to the quarterfinals, certainly, but on the form of the 4 teams in that group, I don't think Argentina can consider themselves unlucky to be eliminated. They weren't in the top 2 by any means in that group.
John, we've seen 3 games of the Australians now. We're seeing an emerging new style of football by the young Socceroos.
I think one of the problems in our soccer here is that we've copied the style. If we've had British or Yugoslav or what type of coaches, I think we've tended to copy and try to implant that system or that style on Australian boys. And like any copies, it's second rate. And what's happened now is that the style depends on the weather, on the grounds, the historical, the cultural background of the people. And because Australia is such a multicultural society, and you mix the cocktail of the Central Europe, South America, the British football, add it to the Australian sporting qualities of competitiveness, combative, excellent temperament, psychological temperament in sport, like the Rod Lavers or the Dawn Frasers, add the Australian qualities to the other qualities of other areas of the world, we really potentially have a tremendous style. And I think it's the first time that we've seen the new look Australian style of football.
Well, more importantly, the young Aussies are still in there. In Group A, there was a lot of tension in the American camp in their final elimination round, knowing that they had to beat Poland by 4 clear goals and hope that Uruguay beat Qatar to give them the second place. Uruguay, in fact, scraped home with the only goal of the match against Qatar. Uruguay are playing in the stripes.
That was Afifa. Samir Abbas turns well. In comes the low one. Badir. It's in. Oh, goodness me. Badir was in there with a very strong chance. Still not out of play. Kamis Duhan. Works it well across. Well saved. Oh, good work by the goalkeeper. Up goes Da Silva for this header. Down it comes for Villasan, and he scores! He puts it away! Now he's going to have to work it through the middle, and he does! That's beating the offside trap beautifully. And well taken by the keeper, and that's handball. He handled the ball outside the area. Kick already taken. Noblat tries it, and it's wide. That would have been a sensational goal, Ahmed Duhan. Good curling cross that, away by Gutierrez, down by Samir Abbas. Khalid Salman, can he get it in? Finally worked behind the byline by Gutierrez.
Unfortunately for the USA, Poland belatedly found their form and convincingly hit the back of the net on 4 occasions. It's Uruguay and the soccer unknowns Qatar going into the quarterfinals to the delight of the Brisbane crowds. That same night in Melbourne, excitement was high, with 3 of the 4 teams still in contention. But the first match of the evening dictated the outcome for the whole group, when Brazil defeated Korea by 3-0, a score which in no way indicated the ability of Choi In-young, the Korean goalkeeper. Brazil, as usual, in the yellow shirts and the blue shorts.
Inside the defence. Ricardo right across the face of that goal, now pulled back. And there's the first goal. It's come from number 4. Threading that one in. And can Pereira, a tremendous save there from Pereira. And a good run there by Josimar. Josimar's clear in the box. Ronaldo, and that's number 2. And it fell nicely Futsaksu. His shot was shot. And there's Chul here who's come on as a substitute to add some more firepower, and they're going very close with that shot. Certainly doesn't look as slowly in any way. He's got a good turn of pace and some good skill, and this is a substitute into the box. Chon Song has put it in his own net. Chon Song, the number 4, who's had an outstanding tournament, holds his head in shame.
That win by Brazil, in fact, meant that Romania were into the quarterfinals regardless of the outcome of their game with Italy. It was this incident which led to a penalty which safely put Romania's Romulus Gabor, a young man who was catching more and more of the limelight with his natural ability and flair.
The timely stop there, and again it was Manzo who was doing the defending work on that occasion for Italy. Now a good run from Handju, and it's a penalty. So the goalkeeper Drago now faces up to the number 11, Gabor, and that's 1-0, and this time Gabor's goal will count.
And that goal by Romulus Gabor gave Romania their wish as they stayed in Melbourne while the group winners Brazil travelled to Newcastle for the quarter-final. At the bottom of the table, Italy went home with the knowledge they were the only team in the entire competition not to gain a point, and certainly one of the big surprises in this World Youth Championship for 1981. But Group C was the toughest group of all, with the 4 teams still very much in contention. And we'll look at them after this commercial break. Matches for Group C, initially played in Adelaide, were played under the lights at Canberra's Bruce Stadium. Mexico needed 3 goals in their match with Egypt. Egypt needed a draw. Well, both teams got the 3 goals. Mexico, as usual, are in the white strip. And his versatility in this Mexican side. At that time, he was robbed in midfield by Mehu. Armia gives away possession again. Now Fafan. Played into the space for the number 16. Vaca. Yes! And that's a goal that's been awarded. It appeared to have been cleared off the line. Knight Cross involving himself more than we've seen him in any of the earlier games in Adelaide. Vaca again showing what a danger man he is on the left. Narrows down the angle. Makes it number 2. We have yet to see an appearance by Mustafa Abuldab, the young 19-year-old fullback. There's the goal of 4-1 back for Egypt. Free kick coming in from that right-hand side. Chavez again loses it. Now Servine. Across that area again. Pereira. For someone to be overlapping down that left-hand side. But it wasn't to be. And so that draw gave Egypt a place in the quarterfinals to be joined by the winners of Spain and West Germany. So certainly a very interesting battle looming for those 2 teams. John, I had seen Egypt play in Adelaide the first 2 games. On the Tuesday night after the win against Germany, the news of the death, the assassination of President Sadat, that really was a cruel blow to these young Egyptians.
Yes, I would think initially the Egyptian coach said after he didn't tell his players, he knew after the game against West Germany, wanted to enjoy the high that they were on at that stage. But after telling them, they were depressed, and then they had it had the effect of welding the team together a lot more for their quarter-final match.
Well, it certainly was a great shame because the Egyptian side won the hearts of the people at the Hindmarsh Stadium in Adelaide and also at the Bruce Stadium in Canberra. And really that was a downer for that brilliant young side of Egypt. But still the question mark is who's going to join Egypt in the quarter-finals out of Group C. The clash was also at the Bruce Stadium between West Germany and Spain to determine the other quarter-finalists in Group C. That's Pinkelhofer. That's shown. Chipped it on beautifully. First goal of Germany. It's Crooks, the number 3, hails from the TSV 1860 München club in West Germany. And he's the only representative in the German side from that club. And now Herb, here's the danger man. Can he deceive the goalkeeper? He can't. Great anticipation to cut out that cross. But it's not all over yet. Shown with a shot at the feet. And so Germany. So now the free kick taken by Lorza. Alfred Schoen. The ball still not effectively cleared. Sievers nods it on. And there's the shot.
His left hand, which he injured on the first training night in Adelaide, still heavily bandaged.
So Fabregas to the far post. Lopez, yes. So Spain pull one back. Romo. Trying to tease the German defence. Shot, yes. Wonderful goal by Spain. Challenged by Rodriguez Rodrigo on Lorza. And so the free kick goes West Germany's way. With Peralta on the near post. Is Tree. Yes. Goal number 4. Scored by Volpaert. Roland Volpaert has put the issue beyond doubt. And so it's West Germany into the quarter-finals. Uruguay, the winners of the Group A, moved now to Melbourne to play Romania, the runners-up of Group B, who have the advantage of having played all their games at Olympic Park in Melbourne. Brazil, the winners in Melbourne of Group B, and Qatar, who finished second in Group A in Brisbane, both moved to Newcastle. West Germany, the winner of Group C, and Australia, the runners-up in Group D, meet at the Bruce Stadium in Canberra. And finally, England, the winner of Group D, have the advantage of staying in Sydney to play the runner-up of Group C, that great Egyptian side. The quarterfinals saw 2 teams from South America, 3 from Europe, and surprisingly 2 from the Middle East. And of course, the host nation, Australia.
Top first-time shot, and a good reaction save there, the second attempt by Arias. And Donny leaving his defensive duties to come forward. Sertov there linking up nicely with Gabor. Still with Gabor. And tripped there by Gutierrez. So now this free kick. Gabor's the player that's gone across to take it. Sertov's in the box, and Donny's come forward, hoisting that one in, and he scored! Romania have scored direct from the free kick. And it's the number 11, Gabor, the goal scorer. Here's the free kick, and here we can see it from behind the goal. Gabor swings this one in, and right into that far corner. Good chip into the box. And now with Aguilera, can he pull it back? He can, but only as far as Edouard. But he might get another chance. Aguilera, and just over the top, and that came off the legs of Lovash. And there the Romanian defence got themselves into a lot of trouble. And that's Balor on the far side, pulling that one back. Zamfir. And stopped by the keeper there at point-blank range. So danger now for Romania. Francescoli is one of the players over the ball. Francescoli is the player, has the final shot. Francescoli again, off the line and off the post. And Romania are living dangerously at the back. By pushing more men forward. This is Noble. Trying to get behind the defence, and a good cross. Aguilera, and a point-blank save there from Lovash, and another one, and Uruguay have equalised. Uruguay have equalised. And it looks like the number 6, Melian, we'll have to look at the replay to be sure. Let's have a look at that. Noble was the instigator. A good cross. Aguilera with his shot, and a tremendous save there from keeper Lovash. And the player coming in. And it's Uruguay pushing forward again. This is Lopez Baez. Aguilera into the box, turns it back, and another good save from the keeper, and still the danger's not cleared. And now Noble around the back of the defence. This is where he's so dangerous. Into the box now, tempting the Romanian defenders. Lovely skills for Silva. Aguilera off the line again. Noble's through. Surely tremendous goalkeeping there from Lovash. Lovash, tremendous Fabulous clearance, remembering, of course, he's got the advantage of the wind, and the free kick now for Romania. Some pushing. So there's the scene from behind the goal. And remember, of course, that Romania took the lead from a free kick. So Uruguay forming a wall. 5 players in the wall at the moment. That's the view that keeper Arias has got. And Gabor is the player lining up to strike it, and he's got a tremendous shot. There's Gabor twisting that one round, and that's number 2. He's done it yet again, and he's done it again from a free kick. Here it is, Gabor. He curls it around the wall, and Arias is beaten. And from behind the goal, it'll look really spectacular. There you can see he swings that one around the wall, and there it is, a tremendous goal. And there's the coach. There's his expressions. And Kishik there unable to pick up the only Romanian player who was forward, was Gabor. And Doni at the back, who's had such a strong game for Romania. Aguilera now on that far side. The ball's in. Noblet slipping. Aguilera, and a brilliant save by Lovash. Lovash, the hero of Romania. The corner quickly taken, and again it's Lovash. He drops that. He was fouled in the process. There's the Romanian coach. There's the final whistle. The favourites, Uruguay, are out of the 1981 FIFA World Youth Championship, and Romania are through. Well, there's the scoreline. Uruguay 1, Romania 2.
Brilliant action from Olympic Park in Melbourne, where 2 deadly free kicks by Romulus Gabor give Romania a berth in the semi-finals, and the favourites Uruguay return home. Next, Australia's all-important game against West Germany. A very young team given by long odds by the Australian public at the start of the competition, but who, for very many people, made this competition so memorable. Young men like Mark Koussis, the highest goal scorer in the competition, Peter Raskopoulos, Paul Kay, David Mitchell, and the exciting discovery, Oscar Crino. All of them emerged as national heroes as they clashed with the European champions West Germany in front of a very large crowd at Canberra's Bruce Stadium. John, was it shades of 1974 in Germany?
Well, very much so, because the whole country was suddenly talking soccer, and had been started by the performance of the young Socceroos, who had developed as each game went on. There were the personalities starting to emerge. Young Australian boys like, for example, Paul Kay, who could stand on his own 2 feet compared with any other player in the tournament.
The fact that they're wearing the green and gold, it meant something to them for this big game at the Bruce Stadium.
Well, very much so, and it was just soccer was suddenly the main topic of conversation in the Australian sporting and public arena.
John, before this championship started, an honest appraisal here, did you think the Australians could go through to the quarterfinal?
Well, I felt they had a chance, and I wrote the same. I'm not saying that after the event by any means, but I felt that the underdog role suited Australians particularly, and also the fact that they were playing at home.
You mentioned Dawn Fraser and Rod Laver earlier in the program. You're talking about guts and determination. That's what it came down to as they went to the Bruce Stadium. Guts and determination, but also temperament on the big occasion. I think these famous Australian sportsmen have had that, and I think we saw glimpses of it in our young Socceroos as well. So the green and gold shirts of the Australians was worn with pride at the Bruce Stadium in Canberra for the clash with the European champions of 1981, West Germany. We pick up the action, and our commentator is Les Murray.
Forward for Koussis. Winkelhofer is across the channel. He goes past his man. Well done. In comes the right-footed cross. Mitchell. Turned well onto it, Mitchell. Didn't quite find the target. But a good swift counter-attack by the Australians. That's West Germany. That's good ball out to Wolfhard. Goes past his man in Wheatley. Small cross in, and that's a good-looking winner. What a fine save. Knows how the man who executed the header. And he's discussed it, but Glenn Ahern can be very, very pleased about himself. In came the cross. Beautifully executed diving header, and look at the reflexes of Ahern here. Peter Raskopoulos. Mitchell. And obstruction from behind from the number 3, Schmidt-Kunz, and it's a free kick to the Aussies. In Cantalupo goes down the right flank, and in comes the cross from Raskopoulos. This is Kay. Chip forward. Good ball that was. In Cantalupo tries it. Well saved. In Cantalupo grits his teeth and says, oh, why didn't that go in? And it was really the excellence of this keeper, Rudiger Folborn, that defied the Australians. And the throw in already taken. Here's Credo to Wheatley. Low cross in. And Kay's free inside the shot. These Australians really take no time to think at all. They just go about their business as if they had an hour to think about it. And that really is what Forquet should have done there, is to have a shot. The gate was wide open. Now, Robert Wheatley gallops away here on the right. Crosses in. Koussis was under that. And that'll be a goal kick. It was Koussis' header. Loze. Forward it goes to Schön. And finally the ball can go out of play, and Antes will be the man to take it. It'll be an outswinger with the right foot. And well away by Crino. Here's Zivers. Up towards Hent. And ball flat, and it's off! Just off the line. Corner given. The referee was beautifully situated for it. Right on the byline. Away from the left-hand post, but that was very, very close indeed. Look at this. In came the tap. The ball bounced over the keeper. Stephen Blair, man of the moment for the Australians. And a bit of consternation from Les Saint-Cloud and from Raul Blanco. Here's the corner. Well headed away by Koussis. Australians can come out now, but the Germans will press forward again. Here's Winkelhofer. Now offside. Here's Wolfach. Well tried. Ahern well down for it. And across to Schön. Well tackled, but it's still Germany. That's Krief. Schön. Moser on his left. Wheatley will come across to challenge. And Moser takes it on. Good right foot across, and that was dangerous. Still in play. Well cracked back in by Antes. So again, bit of powwow in front of the Australian goal. Here comes the throw. Oh, no save, off the post. There's that incident again where the Australians escaped just off the post there. Glenn Ahern really didn't know much about it, and the ball was finally cleared. Atikas. Raskopoulos. He's in Cantalupo. Good ball. Good ball to David Mitchell. And the interception from Schmidt-Kunz rescues the Germans, and again, it's an Australian corner. David Mitchell got away for a beautiful ball from In Cantalupo, and he took his time, measured his cross, and when he made it, the deflection came off Schmidt-Kunz for an Aussie corner. Low corner, short one to Raskopoulos, and that's well tried, well tried. Keeper, and indeed every German in that penalty area, indeed probably every Australian, accepted a cross there. And now it's In Cantalupo. Oh! Goodness, just had a knock at that ball, just towed the ball on, and that's what gave the goalkeeper his opportunity to save it. That's as close as the Australians have come so far to scoring. That's a free kick to Australia, but there's the incident again. Forward the Australians go. Well crossed in, dangerous. Patikas. Across it goes to Incantalupo. 3. Well tried. So Fabio Incantalupo threatening it twice in succession within a minute. As he picked up this ball on the left, he really makes good space for himself, this man. And cracked it. And then it's spun away off. Tork again. Mitchell. There's Corey forward. Raskopoulos. Mitchell still free on the right. Raskopoulos holds on too long. Here's Wheatley. And that's away for a corner by Winkelhofer. Cantalupo. Lofting it in. Headed on by Patikas. Mitchell was there. Finally hooked away by Loza. It goes towards Herbst, the number 9. Across it comes, well away by Wheatley. Atri, square ball to Loza. Herbst, so a quick break by the Germans, outnumbering the Australians in that penalty area. Well picked up on this right-hand side. As Loza cracked it. And Herbst was the man who booted it well over in the end. Forward towards Zivers. The man intercepting was Prino. So the Germans get a throw in about 10 or 12 metres inside the Australian half. There's Schön. Zivers well across, first time. And the man under it was Steve Blair. And that's the first quarter of the second half. To be taken by... to go to West Germany. So the first blood drawn by the Germans. Very casual start to this second period. Not as much gusto as there was at the beginning of the first half. So here's the corner then. Outswinger. Now Tork tries it. Deflection. And thank you very much to Glenahern. Wolfhard was the man who got a foot to it. The ball spun off his foot, and Glenahern was there. What a fine corner that. Good-looking corner. Ball bouncing down there to Tork. He had a good crack at it, and then the ball spun off the foot of Wolfhard, and Glenahern said, thank you. Here come the Australians on a good break. David Mitchell. Out on his left is Brantley, but he's caught in the... free kick up the other end, much the same distance as that free kick that the Germans took. What a good run by David Mitchell. A push and shove there from Antes and Schön, and he's brought down, and the referee has no doubts that that's a free kick. 5-man wall up for the Germans. A good 10 meters away from the kicker, as it should be, and it'll be Raskopoulos. Prino's there. So is Lee, and so is Kay. Raskopoulos lobbing it towards Mitchell. Down by Tork. And away by 3. Across it goes to Kay. Challenge coming from Wolfhard. This is Zivers. Tried to steal it from Prino. And the Australians can break again. Here's Paul Kay. Inside him on his left is Patikas. Kay again. Patikas is through the gap. That's a lovely ball. Good work by the keeper. Gives Patikas the man foiled. Corner to Australia. Good work by the Australians. Paul Kay was the man who made it. Look at the way he whips inside his man here, and then on the blind side puts it into the gap. Perfectly weighted for Jim Patikas. And by the time Patikas to pick the ball up, the goalkeeper's there to turn it. Here comes the corner. And it's found out, and in fact off Brantley for a West German free kick. So a very promising attack there by the Australians. Fast, determined and intelligent, Tom.
Yes, Patikas certainly got the ball from Kay, but he ran into the space, and before Kay parted with it, Patikas said, put it there, and he did.
And here's West Germany. Forward it goes towards Herbst. Now the West Germans break on that left flank. Wolfart, and well taken by the keeper. No problems at all for Glenahern as the Germans got away through Wolfart on that left-hand side. He measured his cross. He had plenty of time and space to do it, but well taken by the keeper. So 11 minutes gone in the second half. Still no score in this quarter-final. And that's out of play. Clash between Wheatley and the number 11 Wolfart. Wolfart is down as he gives himself plenty of time to recover. And the free kick's being given. And it comes from Zivers. And safely behind the line by Howard Trudinnik. And Trudinnik explains to Glenn Wheatley that he had no choice there. And in comes the corner from Antes, the number 8. Up goes Wheatley. No, he doesn't. Oh. Wheatley changed his mind. He was coming out to go up for the ball. On the left, it's Trieb, the number 5. Inside, Loza, who's robbed by Kay. That's Patikas losing out. And rescued by Glenn Wheatley. He's Australia, Robert Wheatley, in fact. But the Germans do get a corner out of it. So a little bit of danger for the Australians as the West German coach, Dietrich Weiser, on the left of your picture, now with a slight hint of a smile on his face, looks at the opportunities here. And that's a good header down, and oh, very, very close. Raskopoulos and the keeper combining finally off the line. Very, very close save from that corner. So that's as close as the Germans have come to scoring, but it's Australians who break again. Here's Grant Lee. Forward to Mitchell into space, but he ran the keeper. Goodness me, David Mitchell, who should have gone around that keeper. How close did the Germans come there to conceding a goal? And it's the Germans who break on the counter-attack. Here's Antes for the shot. Well played. Fireworks at either side now. Schmidt-Good. Oh, that's given away to Mitchell. Bad ball. Persis is there as well. And neatly rescued on the Germans by Todd. And the Germans breaking here again. Herbst knocks it in. And it's there. The Germans are leading. The Germans are leading. West Germany in the lead. So, a stunned gallery here at the Bruce Stadium. The first goal going to the Germans. 25 minutes into the second half. Good cross in. And there's the header down. And okay. Knocked well forward towards Patikas. It's held. Penalty surely. Yes, it is. To Australia, and the Australian bench is elated. Les Saiflug was, I think, ready to go into that pitch and tell the referee just what he thought of that. But the referee was dead right.
At that instant when the referee blew the whistle, I was overjoyed. I couldn't believe we'd got a penalty and a chance to equalise. I was very confident I could put it away. I went up, I picked up the ball and put it on the spot. There was a slight delay, and the referee was clearing the box. And I was almost certain that the ball was in the back of the net. But I hit it, the keeper went down, saved it, and I just went blank.
To take the kick. And what a moment this is in Mark Crucis' life. And he takes it too softly. Goodness me, Tom McCain.
He tried to place it, he didn't hammer it, he tried to place it, but nerves, I think.
That surely is yes, Tom, it surely is the sign of nerves. And this is where Australia's inexperience against top opposition pays the price. Robert Wheatley in. Mitchell, keeper! Mitchell again! the hero for the West Germans. And a very disappointed David Mitchell. Good cross in here. That brought the danger to the German goal. Header first time in. Saved here by the goalkeeper as he punches it out. And then the rebound is taken by Mitchell. And look at the keeper here. Takes it beautifully. As the Australians gather in the penalty area for this throw. Robert Wheatley takes it. It's a short one. Wheatley again. First time cross in. Up goes the keeper. He missed it. And the whistle's gone. The whistle's gone for a foul on the keeper.
Rudy Guttendorf spotted me scoring a goal against South Melbourne at the sports ground, and from then on he put me into the youth side, and I decided to give up university. And since the beginning of this year, it's been full-time soccer just for this championship.
So Australia fall again. Free kick given to the Germans.
Saved Germany, but that's what he's there for, and the Germans so cool in defence. So cool.
There indeed is the final whistle. The whistle to end the match. And there is the end of Australians' trek in this 1981 World Youth Championship. I'm sure that all of the fans here and at home will agree with me that the Australians were unlucky today. At least they would have deserved a draw.
So West Germany through to the semi-finals, the end of the road for Australia, John, but they did us proud.
Well, they only lost the match. They certainly didn't lose any friends, and a tremendous boost for soccer in Australia. But not just the way that they played, but the manner in which they played. The fact, I think, that they won the Fair Play, FIFA Fair Play trophy of all the teams was an indication of the manner in which they played as well.
John, you felt that Australia didn't lose it at the Bruce Stadium. You were more concerned about their performance against England.
Yes, I felt to be taken. They had more chances. They were leading till the last minutes of the game. And of the 7 other teams to meet in the quarter-final, I felt that the West Germans' style and the way they played was the one team that we didn't want to meet. And if we'd have beaten England, of course, Australia would have stayed in Sydney and played Egypt, which I'm sure they would have...
Nice home ground advantage. Yeah. John, as we look back on the tournament, as far as Australia's concerned now, they have done something now for Australian soccer, despite the fact they were beaten in the quarter-final. I'm sure, as they spoke about the side in Germany in 1974, people will still talk about the young Socceroos of 1981.
Yes, very much so, but I think it's important now that soccer capitalises on the interest that's been generated by the tournament and by the performance of the young Socceroos. It's one thing to have the potential. If we don't now convert it into something tangible for the future of the game, well, we're at fault again.
Feelings for Mark Curtis?
Well, sympathy, but penalty takers run that risk all the time.
Okay, so that penalty that was saved by West Germany sees West Germany go through to the semi-final in the Melbourne for the semi-finals. The other quarter-final matches are in Sydney and Newcastle were still to be decided. In Sydney, the Sydney Cricket Ground was finally available and was the venue, in fact, for England versus Egypt. England are in the white strip, and the commentator is Jerry Harrison.
And again, it's Egypt now controlling in midfield. Solomon is here. Abu Zaid with an opening here. Abu Zaid for Egypt. He should have scored. That was really the best opening of the game and the first they've had. And England were definitely caught out through the middle, through straight positive play by Abu Zaid. Solomon gave him a return. He's away. He's a big target, and he misses.
Speaking to Hani Mustafa, the Egyptian coach, yesterday, he promised that Egypt was a better side than Cameroon. Well, that's the first glimpse we've seen that they are going to show us anything like the skills that Cameroon showed in the qualification matches in Sydney.
Now, Egypt certainly boosted by that. They're much more competitive in midfield, and they're going for everything. Solomon battling there, side on. Banfield getting away well. Good run by Banfield. He never quite had it totally under control, but it's a lovely ball to Wallace, and Wallace is through here. Over comes the defender, and Wallace cannot get it by him, although the man was stopped. Wallace still battling there, still with it, and Small should have it. Oh, that's another miss. And it's Solomon to turn. Solomon in for Helmy. Helmy looking for the return from Abu Zaid. Helmy must be offside. Is offside. The flag had gone. It's a penalty given here. It's Abu Zaid. And he scores. No, it's got to to be retaken because there are 2, if not 3, England players in the penalty area, and it's a retake. Well, this is an amazing situation.
In which case it should be a goal if the England players win. That's a bad decision again.
Right, another chance then for Abu Zaid, the Egyptian captain, to take this hotly disputed penalty. Referee making sure that all the players are outside the penalty area. He put it to the goalkeeper's left last time. The other side this time, and Egypt take a shock lead. They breaking down that flank. Soliman inside, not a good ball, and it's away by Colin Greenall. And here's an opportunity for Salim. How the devil did that happen? It's a goal. And a dreadful error at the back by England, and it's accepted by Salim, and it's 2-0. How on earth did that happen? England adding to their own problems here. They delay on the ball. Bad pass back by Crosby, and Salim is in there and says, thanks a lot. 2-0. And there are 2 up. So Egypt, the shock side, but Wallace and Webb is going in there for a shot. He's got it. Webb pulls one back immediately for England. They desperately needed that. And at last something for the England supporters to celebrate. Now Peake. Wide out there is Cook. This is Wallace coming off well. Over goes Ashish. Wallace is getting into the area. He tumbles. The shot. Oh, it's in. Cook has scored. The goalkeeper had a dreadful error, but Cook has stuffed it in. 2-2. Peake gets a good ball there to Wallace, who comes off his man well. The control wasn't right, but he attacked the defence. He's through, but it comes loose to Cook, who shoots. The goalkeeper should have had it, but it's in the back of the net. Well picked up here by Peake. What a good job that he did there, filling the gap. Out to Cook. England pushing everything forward here. Cook still coming. And it's going to come to Webb. Oh, that's a lovely goal. Rifled into the back of the net there. Terrific run by Cook. Webb is in there supporting. Now Cook comes in looking for a chance to shoot, but he unselfishly sets it up there for Webb. Terrific drive. And England dominant. In for Wallace. And Jeff Day can get this and pull one back. England getting players into the penalty area. Michael Small and Greenall was in there competing, the right back. Robson on the ball. Awkward position. He keeps it in, but gives it to El Mshadi. Now Kendall's got to get this cleanly. He knocks it basketball style into space. Not perfect, but good enough. As England push forward again, it's Cook with Wallace on the left-hand side. Cook's going alone. And here's Jeff Day. Now Michael Small. Small must hit the target from there. Got 2 goals already and enjoyed the few scoring opportunities he's had in previous games, but again squandering them there. Marvellous run by Cook. Day lets it roll on to the big number 16 who fires wide. Right, now here comes Steve Kinsey. Getting down to the line. Can't do it against El Mshadi. Beats him. Kinsey's cross. In comes Robson. And a tricky one. I think that was no more than 6 feet wide of the post, but let's give the goalkeeper the benefit of the doubt. Did he need to make this save? As Robson, under pressure, shoots. Not a chance of going in the goal. Abbas just in front of him. Now Cook a chance to go at Abu Dhab. Peake, always there supporting. Cook again. Peake is behind him now if he requires him. Comes in for Webb. Kinsey is wide on the right. Comes fortunately today. Webb takes over. Webb looking for his third. Wallace tumbles. Webb's in there. It's a free kick right on the edge of the area. Peake and Day on the ball. Webb is running at it from a distance. Webb. Oh, he's got a hat-trick. Boy, they work on in training in the few days they've had together has paid off again, and it's 4-2. Here it goes, whistled in, through the wall, that looks like, and the goalkeeper really didn't have a chance. Well, does that go through the wall or to the side? It certainly didn't go through the wall, but it was beautifully struck. Neil Webb, and it's 4-2 to England, and it must see them into the semi-finals. There's a chance by Day, a bit tired. Said is fouled. Oh, there's Pete getting involved there. He mustn't do that. They're going to get through to the semi-final. The last thing he needs is a caution now.
Well, England, in fact, through to the semi-finals. They were a much maligned side, John. What a lot of people didn't take into consideration is the fact they finished on top of their group.
Yes, I think the results exceeded expectations. We wonder what the problems are at international level of the England team. To speak to their coach, John Cartwright, you get an insight into it. 16 of his top players withdrew. It wasn't until the day before they left for Australia that they got together, and their performance improved as the games went on. And I think if they'd had more consistent firepower in front to convert chances, that they probably would have gone even further in the tournament.
Well, they also had injury and suspension problems throughout the tournament, which didn't help them either.
Very critical ones. Allen was out one game, and then
Banfield
out didn't help their chances at all.
Okay, so we've got one other quarter-final to be decided, and that was the big one at the International Sports Centre between Qatar and Brazil. So the Brazilians are much bigger side than the Qatar side. The average height of the Qataris is around about 5'8". They certainly possess great skill, great pace and great determination. Pumped forward by Adil Ahmed. Forward comes Khalid Salim. First goal, Qatar. Brazil trying to employ the offside trap. And Khalid Salam puts Qatar in the lead after just 9.5 minutes of play in this first half. And what a great start. It came from the long ball played forward by Daham. And there's the man running onto it. Khalid Salman deceives the goalkeeper Ferreira. 1-0 the scoreline, and just 9 minutes gone. And this is a look from the other way. This is the look that the goalkeeper Ferreira would have had of this, and he must have shuddered when that Brazilian defence was caught wanting. And the number 16 Salam really finishes it off well, pushing it to his left and squeezing inside that far post. Bilal. Kaku for Brazil. And the goalkeeper bravely out, heading it away, and now pumped forward.
He was nearly caught out there. He was right outside his penalty area, and Brazilian was looking for the right ball to chip into the goal, but his shot was wide.
So the throw taken by Bola Cesar, away by Doham, and the free kick in fact goes to Brazil. So first real chance now to see what Brazil can do from the set play move.
Well, a very crowded penalty area here. We have all but 3 players in the penalty area. Going to find it very difficult to get through that bunch.
It was finished off by Ronaldo, but the goal won't stand. It's been disallowed by the referee Marquez. Here it comes again. We may see the to be too much wrong with that, Murray.
No, it was just a challenge there by Cesar. Didn't seem to be any foul, though.
The referee's decision will stand, and Qatar still enjoy that 1-goal advantage that they have now for some 16 minutes. And now the yellow shirts well forward. Josimar, square. Yes! Ronaldo pulls one back.
Well, great tricky finishing there by Ronaldo.
So after Ronaldo having been
denied a goal just a moment ago. Pulls back the equaliser in the 26th minute. It was great play by the number 7 Kakao, square by Josima, and there's some great finishing by Ronaldo. So he scores his second goal in the World Youth Championship for 1981. His first goal was against Korea in that 3-0 win in Melbourne. But there's the finishing with the left foot, and that gave the goalkeeper, Al Majid, no chance whatsoever. FIFA beaten in the air by his opposing number, Josima. Now Kakao hits it square. Liamar, away by Doham. And again, free on the right is Kakao. 4 men forward for Brazil. It's hit to the far post and headed over the top by Ronaldo again. And what a danger man he is up in that penalty area. With Bayir with 25. Play down the line, nice play by Qatar. The number 12 there is Al Zaid. Shot, yes! Qatar! Salman scores his second goal, and Qatar leads Brazil by 2-1. And look at the jubilation. The man that made it possible was Al Zaid. Salman finished it off with the goalkeeper off his line, and this really was good play by Al Zaid. He came down this right-hand side. He managed to deceive his defender there, Galvan, knocks it square, and Salman, great positional play. And at the other end of the field, the goalkeeper, Al Majid, saves the day for Qatar by tipping it over the top and another corner. So after 9 minutes of this second half, Qatar lead Brazil 2-1. And now the corner taken by Brazil to the edge of that area. Flicked onto the left-hand side for the number 14, Paulo Cesar, but he couldn't supply the cross. So it's worth watching this.
It's a beautiful run there. Alberto just gets a touch there, but he knocks it square again. Gets a fortunate bounce there. And there we see the second goal by Salman.
Oh, striking the woodwork. That could have been a hat-trick to Salman. And they can't afford to leave him with any space on that left-hand side. Very acute angle. The goalkeeper committed, he was deceived, and it was interesting to note that the captain there for Brazil was back with an effort to clear that off the line. But Qatar denied by a deflection off the woodwork. Now Brazil coming forward again. Desperation stuff for them right now. Salman again attacking on that left-hand side. Josima. Long ball played forward. That's tested the Qatar defence. But again, the man that came back was Doham. So now Brazil attack again through the number 17, Verdun. And again, corner conceded by the Qatar defence. By the very likely man at the back, Adabas. So despite their height disadvantage, corner taken, and that's in the back of the net. The equaliser by Ronaldo. The scores come back level, and the number 16, Ronaldo, scores his second goal, and it came in the 33rd minute of the second half. So the scores come back level. It came from the corner, taken out there by the Brazilians. Ronaldo got the touch. It came in off the aid of the woodwork on this near post. 35th minute mark of the second half. 2-2 the scoreline. Ronaldo again, shot. Oh, that just curved over the top of that far post. Well,
what a danger man is Ronaldo. He scored both goals this afternoon for Brazil and could easily have made that goal number 3. Again. That caused Pereira to be on the spot. And the shot coming from Afifa, the number 8. Quickly taken. Chipped on. Afifa played the 1-2 there with Beds. And they're pointing to the spot. A penalty has been awarded to Qatar for the challenge on the number 15. Here it comes.
Yes, he's given it for the handball.
So a chance now for Qatar to go 1 up. And so pressure stuff now. Can Qatar go 1 up through the penalty? It's home. So Qatar. 3rd goal for Salman. And they lead by 3-2. And the man that was beaten was Pereira. Of the World Youth Championship they are. And just watch the reaction of the Qataris, a little country of no more than 200,000 people. And they have upset the dream of South American football in Brazil. And the man, the hero, totally unemotional there. Now he decides that it's his day. And that, of course, is Khalid Salman, the man that scored 3 goals to pilot his side into the semi-finals. Well, a championship of surprises, the understatement of 1981. The semi-final, that win by Qatar, means they now move to Sydney to meet England at the Sydney Cricket Ground, and the other semi-final is in Melbourne with Romania playing the West Germans. We'll be back.
Very difficult for us. We have some players in bad condition, injured, and I don't know, but I hope we play well. We are very happy in our condition, if in our position in the tournament. If you go in front, okay. If you stop here, we are happy too. No stop before the corners, no. No stop before the corners. No stop before the corners.
How did it feel when you knocked Brazil out in the quarter-final?
Look, I'm very happy because my team win this game. Very sad because my country lose the game. But I think if you play many times against Brazil, if you play 10 times against Brazil, we lose 7 or 8 times, win 1 or 2 chances only. But this is our chance. It's good luck for us. No? And I know our football because I was coach from the national team in Tunis. This team from the youth tournament make very good competition there. I am disappointed with the team from Brazil because we like Brazilian, we eat more this team. But for us, very good because we win the game and we go in front in the competition.
Well, luck or not, one thing is for sure, Qatar are there, and one of the men who was making his mark on the competition was the number 9, Badil Bilal. Johnny asked him if there was much reaction back home in Qatar.
Oh, they was very happy, and the people, all of them, it wasn't. They was in the street, and my mother, she spoke with me in the telephone after the game, and she said, when the game starts, you can see no one in the Qatar, you see, no one in the street. But after the game, all the people and the children, even the women, you know, you see in my country, the women and the girls, they can't, you know, they're not allowed to go outside, you see. Even the girls and the women, they walk in the street and they are happy and they sing. And she said to me about 30 accidents after the game, you know.
Now, you're all amateurs. How many of you would like to become full-time professional footballers?
No one, I think. Because, you see, we like to play football, but we don't live for the football, you see.
Well, the big day arrived for Qatar and England. The two teams who were tipped to drop out early in the competition were to meet at the Sydney Cricket Ground. England are in the white shirts, and just watch for the goal of the competition by the man we just saw, young Badil Bilal.
England players to run at them, well cut out by Webb. filling in beautifully in this left-back position. Now there's room here for Wallace to get into the penalty area. Wallace might have a go here. Good run, and significantly it was all started by Neil Webb's interception at left-back. Got a chance to come at his man, though. Edan, he didn't look too happy in the challenge. A shot from a distance, no real power in it at all. But they're on the move. Cook, who hasn't been in the game yet, pumped forward, and Small must get onto this one. But the linesman's flag had gone up again, so a free kick to Qatar. Not too much movement around up front, but the marking is tight. Bilal tries to knock it back. Robson gets it away from him. Through the hole, Robson's got to go hard for this as Afifa challenges. It's coming wide. Al Muhammadi can't get the back heel in, and it should be picked up by Kinsey. But they're giving the ball away at the moment. The pattern isn't quite right for England. Now Jeff Day. Forward for Wallace to go for his flagged offside again, which was doubtful or not, John, would you say?
Yeah, very doubtful. I think they gave the benefit there. I think Wallace was even, which of course is offside, but that's the 5th offside we've had in 10 minutes. Adil Ahmed. Robson couldn't cut it out. Greenaw's in there to knock it over there to the right to Al-Sada. Al-Sada going at Webb. Al-Sada in a good position, and that's a corner. So a corner to Qatar. Bilal is right at the back of the box. He leaps for that. He doesn't get it. It's picked up here by Afifa. Bilal, a good shot. Oh, that's a fantastic goal. That's Bilal with the best goal of the tournament so far. As this corner comes over, it comes out to Afifa. He just knocks it back in, hopefully. That's not a good cross. But what about this for an overhead one from Bilal? A marvellous goal. The corner not satisfactorily cleared at all by England. Didn't get a real challenge in the air. There's freedom here for Afifa, but this is pure skill and a great piece of execution. Bilal turns it into Allen's path. Mayouf getting it forward. Cook has dropped back, and there's a lot of space here now for Allen. Who's he going to find? Attacking the defence, trying to get one through, and it's a good ball. Day, and a shot which was challenged as he went for it, but it was a good run through, and one of the youngest players in the side, Jeff Day, who's 17, is being as positive as any of the experienced internationals here. Good ball, though, from Allen, and an expert challenge from the Qatari midfield player. Corner then to England. Men to look for, number 14 and number 16. Michael Small, 16. It's a deeper one as Small comes in for this one. Gets it. Wallace. Oh, it's just over. That was almost a repeat of the Qadir Bilal goal. That was well knocked back by Michael Small. At last he's winning balls in the air. Now Wallace has got to get it back over his shoulder, and he's so close here. 25 minutes of the game gone. And that's a bad kick, which Day didn't get. Now he gets help from Cook. Webb is pushing up. They must be careful of the offside. He's not offside. He's onside. Kinsey checks. He should be able to get a decent cross in. There's Wallace over there. And Small, and denied by the clearance off the line by Adil Ahmed. Michael Small so very, very close with that diving assault on the ball. A good crossfield pass, not offside. He checks that he's okay, then he finds a man coming to the near post. It's Michael Small, a diving header. It's going in, but Adil Ahmed puts it away. But England finding it very difficult to get through. Small couldn't control it well enough, but Qatar can't get it away as Kinsey goes down the line. Seems to be a bit of pushing and blocking there. And the free kick was given. And the kick to be taken by Kinsey, with Michael Small at the back of the box. Robson coming in from the back too. It's a better one for Small. He's got to get up there. Well, he got up there, all right. But the direction wasn't good. But that means there's a gap in the middle, and that's where the throw goes.
30 minutes then of the game gone, and it's Qatar on the attack, leading by that one brilliant goal. Webb and Kendall. The trouble with moving Webb to the left-back position and Peak to the back means that they lose a lot of authority in midfield, John.
Yes, I'd have to agree with that. Especially Peak. He was starting to play really well in the midfield, and I feel that England are missing it at the moment.
Wallace challenging for that one, and that's a free kick given against him. So this semi-final has the underdog leading by 1 goal and on the attack again. In goes Peak. Still Qatar though. Afifa challenged well by Allen. Forward goes Wallace. Wallace has got the speed. Wallace is through and down he comes. Just another inch or two and he'd been away. Brought down by Aidan. That was a lovely through ball. What a great tackle there from Allen. And that is first division quality. And a good ball too. Now Wallace has got to get there. He did, but so did the defender late. In comes Webb. And offside against Small. There's absolutely no reason for that. Webb did well to challenge for that one, but Small was caught out. What's the score on those, John?
Number 13 at the moment. 13 offsides in 37 minutes.
It's quite a lot, but it's obviously the plan laid by Evaristo, with 3 or 4 players queuing up outside the penalty area. Well won by Robson. Robson coming again. Nicely put into the path of Paul Allen. Out on the left is Cook. Small's got to keep onside. That's really panicked away here. Wallace forward. And space out here for Kinsey. Surely they must make this count at one stage. It's Small. Oh, what a fantastic shot. And a save. That was quickly laid in. A panic clearance by Mayouf. It comes out wide here to Kinsey. And he doesn't delay on it. He gets it in fast. And Michael Small is in there well. And he was desperately unlucky. Cook trying to find some space. Uses it himself. Driving it out here to Kinsey. It's a fine ball. Kinsey should have that one. Now Wallace is with him. Wallace is ducking out to the right. Here's the ball for Wallace if he can get there. Good challenge though by Samer Almas. And England are putting 1 or 2 more ideas together, but Qatar are looking as if they've got a bit of discipline at the back to 2. Michael Small weaving about in front of the thrower, Greenall. Now Kinsey is the near man, looking for Small for a back header. And that was cut out and should be a corner. Jeff Day with a corner. For Robson. Robson checking it forward. There's an opening here now for Kinsey. Oh, what a miss. They won't get many better ones than that, but at last they're beating the offside trap as Robson cleverly here controls this ball. He doesn't hook one forward. They push out Qatar, but they're beaten here by the little nick ball through to Kinsey, but a hasty shot and a chance missed by Steve Kinsey. More than the referee would approve of, and Allen is penalised. Down goes another Qatari. Peak is acting as a spare defender at the moment, but Afifa doesn't get it forward anywhere near him, as the Argentine referee, Mr. Romero, blows for half-time. With the here at the moment already off the field of play getting treatment, Badir Balau, the man who scored that dramatic goal, one wonders if he'll be in a position to continue in the second half. His drive through midfield. Picked up by Allen. Small here. And again. And now Webb. And room for Greenall. And on the run now is Michael Small with Wallace. There's support here for two of them. Wallace on the way. And there's an opening here for Jeff Day. Oh, what a miss! That's the miss of the tournament so far.
Well, you miss chances like that, you don't deserve to win, and that was England's best move of the match. And Jeff Day should certainly have put that away.
Nice support here by Wallace. And then a lovely touch from Allen. And that was a real gift. And well, he might hang his head, John Cartwright. But Jeff Day has battled well in this game, and he's got to keep going. "15 minutes of the second half gone. England coming forward, but England missing chances. And now it's Michael Small who's called offside. Evaristo, the coach, and the doctor are looking a bit anxious, but the referee taking no notice whatsoever. And strangely enough, Adil Ahmed gets on his feet and takes the kick. And now there's an opening here. Of course, Al-Salam. Al-Sada has scored the second, just at a time when Qatar seemed to go to sleep. Al-Sada scores the second for Qatar. They were caught napping there, and Al-Sada goes through and tucks it past Kendall quite comfortably. And Qatar take another step towards the final. Tony Finnegan of Fulham to come on in a minute as they continue to drive forward. And here's a chance for Jeff Day here. And again, good goalkeeping. Small puts it in. Michael Small has scored for England. Just at a time when they're about to make a substitution. It was Cook who got it forward. Jeff Day chased it, but it broke well off the goalkeeper to Michael Small, and he side puts it into the empty net. It was a nicely considered goal, though.
Yes, the ball bouncing kindly there for England, but about time. They've probably the first time it has bounced for them in the whole match.
And now they're going to push forward with some purpose. Michael Small is fouled. Whistle goes 3 times. The referee brings a number of players together. Mohammadi. Peak. Keeping the ball away well from Al-Sada, but Al-Sada keeps going. And there's an opening here for Badir Bilal, and there's a penalty. It hit the player's hand quite definitely, and Badir Bilal has earned Qatar a chance to seal this one. Greenall's hand goes in on that one. The referee says yes, points to the spot, a penalty for Qatar. So Al-Mohammadi with a tremendous opportunity for this tiny Persian Gulf oil state. And another chance, and he gets it. But he doesn't, because there are players in the penalty area, and that's been disallowed, and it's got to be retaken, is it? What's happening here? Get it down here, please. Well, that was an amazing miss. Takes it again, stuffs it in, but the referee has said that's a free kick, and a free kick has been taken, and England are let off the hook.
Well, no, because the ball came off the post, so that the kicker was not allowed to kick it again. So, in effect, he's played it twice, and that's the reason it's no goal. The kicker of the penalty kicked the ball twice. It had to be played by another player.
And Robson gets the ball forward for Day to challenge for, and out comes Yunus Ahmed. Yeah, good point, John. When he put the ball into the back of the net, there were a few hearts that sank, but the referee right on the ball there, and England fortunate, very fortunate to survive. With 15 minutes to go, it's still England 1, Qatar 2. Wallace is supporting Webb. Webb is going on his own, but it's too much. Peak. That's out. And that's a throw into Qatar, and still they aren't getting it together, and Qatar have raised their game a little bit. They're good fighters, good challengers, and they're physically fit, but they seem to have died just a little bit. But the penalty miss, if anything, seems to have sparked them to more life. Now Robson comes forward. Very direct. And a good ball to Wallace and offside. Substitution then with Tony Finnegan coming on and Jeff Day coming off. Obviously an attacking ploy, but a little bit of rearranging too. But they're going to need more than a bit of luck with only 6 minutes left. And they're trailing by 2-1, and a chance here for Qatar. No chance now, though, as Kendall sees it out. Well, England's only hope now is that they're fitted on the other side, or somebody can produce a touch of brilliance. Neil Webb picks that one up. Thundered forward, he's onside. The goalkeeper's right out. It's Allen to get one in. It's not going to go in. It's put out by Mayouf. And Allen, desperately unlucky there, but he's hurt in the process. And the game's got to be held up. Lovely ball forward. Allen not offside this time. He lobs one over the advancing goalkeeper. Now all he's got to do is wait as the goalkeeper clatters him. But it's Mayouf racing back, and a marvellous rescue. And now it's less than 3 minutes for England. Wallace goes for that. Back for Neil Webb. Through the middle for Cook. And here goes Wallace. Handball. On the shoulder, he says, but another yellow card there for Qatar. Seemed to be a bit of waving about it, anyhow. Badir Bilal chasing this loose one. Picked up by Kendall. The booking there was for Danny Wallace, and that'll be bad news for him if they get to the final, which doesn't look likely because that's his second booking. But here's Michael Small here. Good cross, but not a particularly good opening, as it's well cleared into the path of Mohammadi, and that's a good ball forward to Al Sada. It's 2 against 1 here. Al Sada trying to set it up for Badir Bilal, and Pete wins it, but not that he can do much with it. And now it really is a problem for England because they've given the ball away, and this should be in. Pete Greenall stops it, and England are in terrible trouble here, and they're in trouble even here, with Qatar pushing forward Salem here. They're really enjoying themselves now. It's Mohammadi pumping one in. Greenall gets it away, but there are 3 Qatari players in there as Finnegan breaks a foul, and then it breaks down because Finnegan couldn't get by. But now it's less than a minute left as England pile forward for that equaliser. Webb forward, there's an opening, he's offside yet again. As Allen puts it in, the flag had gone up long before. No way would it count. And things are really falling apart for England and looking very cheerful for Qatar. What an amazing story this will be as he warms up for the final celebrations. He knows that it's 90 minutes up now, we're in stoppage time, and indeed we've had plenty of that, and he's not allowing a single second of stoppage, and the celebrations for Qatar begin. They cannot believe it. This tiny oil state of just 250,000 population have won through to the final of the World Youth Championship.
Well, Qatar 2, England 1. And an elated Qatar go into the final, and a disappointed England go to Adelaide for the playoff for the bronze medal. We'll be back after this break with the highlights of the second semi-final between West Germany and Romania.
Pace on the right. Goalkeeper off his line. Antez chips, and it's over the top. So with the goalkeeper committed there, it was Antez, the man for the finishing touch. After an impressive build-up for receivers, and Romania can consider themselves very, very lucky that they're not down by that odd goal after just 14 minutes of this first half. So 15 minutes gone in this semi-final, still no score. Messier Rednik, the number 5. Played into space by Anjuk. The ball across the area again, but cleared away by Trieb. Up goes Herbst, won the battle in the air. That's freed Antez again on the right-hand side. Wolfart's going to the far post. Also the run made by Herbst. Herbst with the shot that again forces Walser to go well to his left. But unfortunately for West Germany, his shot wasn't on target. And the score still remains at 0-0. But certainly Antez again free on the right. Herbst really did well here to control it. But his shot went past that far post. And again, the second attack launched by West Germany in the space of 60 seconds. But it fails to produce the required finishing there by Herbst. Gabor came back inside Winkelhofer to the far post again. Zamfir's there to meet it. Heads it square for Sertov. And a brilliant shot by Sertov that's well read by the goalkeeper, Folburn. Zamfir did very well on the far post to knock it back square. And the bicycle overhead kick by Sertov. But look at the great positional play of the German goalkeeper, Folburn. This is how he saw it. The receivers, the touch out on the right for Antez, robbed by Ilie. That's freed Gabor again. And now Zamfir came back inside. And the man that was forced to defend was the number 3, Smith-Kunz. And the Germans showed, particularly in the match against Egypt, that under pressure they certainly have some weaknesses. They again showed it after leading Spain by 3-0 at Canberra, that they allowed Spain to score 2 goals and come right back into that match before the final goal that made it 4-2 really saved the day for the West Germans. And again, Folburn forced to dive to his left-hand side. And again, it was Zamfir was the man that pressured him. So it appears only a matter of time before the Romanians could grab the goal that could put them in the lead. But again, not to be outdone, the West Germans again attacking down the left through Schön. But look at the yellow shirts back there. Wolfart was the man that arrived. And really the first effective chance in the second half for the West Germans. And Wolfart was the man that got there, but only managed to head it over the top. Sievers tries to take over in midfield for the West Germans. And in fact, gets free of Rednik. The man that's free is Winkelhofer, who's pushed forward for West Germany. One-on-one with the keeper, and great defence by Andoni. He got back there so quickly as Winkelhofer was lining up the goalkeeper. It appeared to be a one-on-one situation, but Andoni was the man that slipped in to save the day. And here's the attack by the West Germans down the right-hand side, and great play by Romania. But still the pressure hasn't been relieved as Axel Brummer will take the corner from the right-hand side, floating it low across the face of the area. Up goes Trieb. He's lost possession in midfield. And now the Romanians on the break. Back comes Zorc for West Germany as Zamfir attacks on the right-hand side. Chips it on beautifully for Gabor, but Winkelhofer, the man that launched the attack just a few moments ago at the other end of the field, comes back in defence for West Germany. So less than 5 minutes remain. And who will grab the advantage in that final 5 minutes? Romania take the corner. And again, a brilliant save by Folburn. He gets the pat on the back by the number 2 Winkelhofer as they search for the goal that could possibly pilot them into the final. Folburn punching it away. Mate couldn't control it. There's the shot. Oh, and just wide of the near post. So after 5 minutes of extra time, the score's locked at 0-0. Sievers, an industrious worker in midfield. So too has been the number 6, Ilie, who really has involved himself, particularly in the second half. Now Gabor, the hero against Uruguay, searching, and over the top again by Bolvar. And again, it's Schön that comes forward for West Germany. Laws has made the run on the left-hand side, but the question mark is where is Axel Brummer, but Wolfart's on the right. Lorza, no, blocked by the goalkeeper. And he's forced to defend again. Pressure by West Germany. Well, certainly, Lovash kept Romania back in the game as he did against Uruguay in the quarter-final. And we wonder just how important that save will be at the end of the 120 minutes. But he showed very keen reflex and agility to block a very savage shot by Lorza, but it was a very, very impressive build-up by West Germany. The ball came across the face of the area. Lorza with virtually an open goal. And again, he's forced to turn it away again. So great goalkeeping again by Lovash.
It's 3 goals he saved now in the space of a few minutes.
Now the Romanians come forward again. The shot, and again the goalkeeper at the other end of the ground, Folburn, called on again, and he answers the call for the West Germans. And this really is a savage shot by Fisic, and brilliantly turned over the top for the corner by Folburn. So great performances by both goalkeepers that have kept their hopes alive, or their sides' hopes alive, for a place in the final. There's the shot off the line by Winkelhofer. Great positional play by the West German fullback, and this crowd has come to life here at the Olympic Park in Melbourne. Up goes Edouard, feed away again by the German defence. Now Lorza puts Wolfart in space again. Wolfart, great tenacity, Brunner. And again the Romanian defence equal to the task. But a corner has been conceded. So about 2 minutes of this extra time period in the first half has elapsed as Thomas Brunner from the Nuremberg club takes the corner from the right. Lorza arrived. There's the first goal. Germany hit the lead. And Schön's the man that's broken the deadlock at the 13th minute mark of this first part of extra time, and Germany hit the lead. It came from the corner. Lorza, the first attempt. With the aid of the woodwork on the near post, the ball goes in and deceives the goalkeeper Lovash. And so from the camera behind the goal, we see it even more explicitly. The ball deflecting off the near post. And so Germany... That goal, in fact, in extra time, takes Germany to the finals in Sydney against Qatar. The Youth Championship for the Coca-Cola Cup have been decided. West Germany are set to play Qatar on Sunday, the 18th of October. England and Romania, the losers of the semi-finals, met on Saturday the 17th for the play-off for the bronze medal. Well, undoubtedly both teams would prefer to have played in the final, but even still there's 95 other countries who would gladly be in their place. Let's pick up the action. England are in the white shirts. The number 12 playing it into the middle for the number 10 Ian Muir, and the man that came back was Balint, the number 8 for Romania. Again another free kick for England. Gage is the man that goes to the edge of the box. Robson has come forward for England, the number 14. Harry, brilliant play by Lovash. Well, that's exactly what we were speaking about the reflex of the Romanian goalkeeper. He did, in fact, parry it. The number 10 got there, Ian Muir, but again, a fine reflex by the Romanian goalkeeper. Now Gabor tries to flick himself on the left-hand side. It's closed down by Greenwald. The left foot cross coming in,
And that was a super cross that came in from Gabor. The man that arrived was Sertov, but fortunately for England, it was cleared away. And this really is a savage left foot cross that comes in, finding Zamfir on the right-hand side for Romania. But Paul Allen wins back possession for England, playing it forward for Cook. Muir. And how England didn't score then, one will never know. Lovash was the man that came forward to narrow the angle down again and actually forced the error on the young man from Queen's Park Rangers, who really has had two ideal opportunities to score for England in a half that's just 18 minutes old. Gabor, square, Zamfir, and the challenge obviously by Andy Peake, the England midfielder, sees the free kick go to Romania. And I know only too well that John Cartwright would be aware of what a shot this man's got. And Romania very unlucky that they don't go one up. But what a brilliant free kick again. This is the view that the goalkeeper Gosney had of it. And look at the way that he bent it over that wall, only to hit the woodwork. Augustin Edouard from the Aj Vitesse Club in Romania is the man that gave away possession to England. Back heel for Webb, shot by Allen. And again Lovash down low to his left-hand side. That's Peake. Dispossessed by Gabor. He attacks down the left-hand side. Sertov has made the run. Gabor with great skill. Mesmerising the England defence at the moment. Brilliant play. Great play, and eventually the foul. Well, the England defence that time was certainly shot to pieces by the very talented, fabulous Gabor.
This is a type of player England need up front.
Gabor, the man that hit the woodwork from a similar position about 8 minutes ago. The shot, and that's it. So Romulus Gabor scores his fourth goal. The second and the third in the space of a week. And that was a savage left foot shot that left goalkeeper Gosney no chance whatsoever. And so Romania go one up after 36 minutes of this first half. Forward for England. Love, Lovash. And England again not being able to supply the finishing touch. Referee Mr. Lund Sorensen allows play to go on. That's Allen that takes over for England, the number 2, and captain of this England team. To the far post. Gaze. And Gage over the top again. So another member of this team that's making his debut in Australia appreciates that beautiful ball that came in from Paul Allen. Joseph Lovash driving it away for Romania. Target man was Sertov. Gabor. And he's laying prostrate inside that penalty area with the collision with the advancing goalkeeper for England, Andrew Gosney. But again, some indecision, Tom, in the back for the England team that could well have led to Romania going 2 up. We've got just 27 minutes of play left in the second half to try and pull one back. Cook, back heels for Webb. Shot, easily blocked by Edouard. Now Day with a shot that tested the goalkeeper. Cook rounds the goalkeeper. Square, Webb, no. Corner conceded. England just can't put the ball in the back of the net. And what activity we saw in the Romanian goalmouth right there.
They deserved the goal that time.
The ball carried by Lovash. He was slow to regain his feet. It was good work here by Cook. As he rounded the goalkeeper, he knocked it square. Webb was on the receiving end of it. The ball's blocked and finally cleared away by Marty. Now Gabor free on the left-hand side. Has Banfield to contend with just outside that area. Zamfir's made the run to the far side. Zamfir got the header. And well parried. And finally saved by goalkeeper Gosney. But that was a delightful ball from the outside of the right foot by the number 15 Fisic. And look at this diving header as he freed himself with the defence of Southey. Very confident Romanian outfit, stringing their passes together. Valent freed himself of Southey. Played forward, Zamfir, the number 7. Right on the edge of the area, square. Up went Greenhall. Back comes the number 5, Cook for England. England are going to pull the game back to level terms. Now they have less than 3 minutes to do it. This could be it, Muir. No. By Lovash. And is that the end of England? Young Ian Muir has had at least 3 chances to put the ball in the back of the net for England. Probably no greater chance than this. And the angle narrowed down by Lovash, and Muir's shot goes wide. And that's full time. Romania have won the bronze medal for the World Youth Championship for the Coca-Cola Cup by defeating Romania by 1-0. The goal coming in the 36th minute of the first half, scored by Romulus Gabor, his 4th of the tournament. And so Romania have won the playoff for the 3rd spot, and a pleasing moment for their coach, the man in picture there, Constantine Chernior. And so the very coveted bronze medal to Romania, and thanks to the wizardry of the number 11, Romulus Gabor. John, we haven't produced a Maradona, but Gabor really thrilled the crowds.
Well, he was the closest to Maradona, won the best player of the tournament, and I just think he displayed so many fine close skills, and something that should be imitated here by our younger players here and by the coaches here, not to coach out of boys the expression of wanting to dribble and to take people on. Players who can, in 1-against-1 situations, who can beat their immediate opponent are worth gold. And in junior soccer here, we should encourage that type of play with our kids.
John, the England side, their build-ups were impressive, but in front of goal, right through the tournament, left a lot to be desired.
No, I think they obviously could have gone further if they'd have been more deadlier in front of goal.
Okay, well, we'll be back after this break with the event that the whole world's been waiting for, the final of the World Youth Championship for the Coca-Cola Cup. In '81, the final day is upon us, and the culmination of 2 years of preparation for the 2 teams. The whole world awaited the outcome of this day, with a game that will be viewed by close to 600 million people throughout 54 countries, and in fact the largest audience for an Australian event since the 1956 Olympics. And now to the big day, the biggest day in the history of Australian football. But it was to be a very wet and dismal Sydney cricket ground that greeted the FIFA officials and our crew as they prepared for the big event.
Take it, it must go. Get rid of it. Look at it, there's more rain.
It was an event that took much effort on the part of Network 10 and the host broadcasters, with 32 games played in a period of 15 days, with some 8 games on at the same time. It's nearing the final countdown for the final.
And there's nothing else, just give me some close-ups, because I can say to Jerry got 16, and he'll rattle off something about him that he came from Qatar and he didn't wear shoes up until this event, and now he has a chance of winning an oil well or something, you know. Overall. Yeah, that's the whole bit. So we have enough information now, you know, it'll sound like $600. We have enough information now to that we can shoot anybody and give information on it. Where we started this tournament, we didn't know the people. We've got the stars now, so we can start shooting them up. They all mean something now, especially the Qatar side, especially the West Germans, because they're brilliant. We're it. We're here. This is it. The whole thing has come to a climax. We're going to make it. We can all do it. We've had the amount of games to do it. We've had the amount of training. We're all professionals. There is not a thing we shouldn't capture on the field. And I think everybody here is going to add to that. And let's just make it a television event. Just make it a brilliant soccer match and a brilliant television event.
The unaccustomed Sydney wet didn't deter people queuing early for the big match.
I got here at 8 o'clock.
Who are you going to barrack for?
I'm Qatar.
Why are you barracking for Qatar?
Because if England lost against Qatar, I want Germany to lose too. I come from Australia. I'm following West Germany because I think they're a more disciplined side. They take it more seriously than the Qatars.
And while people queued outside, Network 10 were going through their final preparations to entertain hundreds of millions of people around the world.
A collection of students and army personnel are the best publicity agents the state of Qatar has in its 10 years of independent history. It's a great tribute to the country's commitment to sport. They've already played 5 finals. They've won Kosovo 3 times by beating Poland, Brazil and England. So another miracle isn't out of their reach.
So the scene was set for the final for the Coca-Cola Cup for 1981. And before the final, I spoke to 2 of the opposing team officials. The tension in the West German camp, the players very keyed up for this final this afternoon?
Yes, we feel well, except Thomas Herbst, our centre forward. He can't play. But in any case, we're looking forward to this final, but we are glad to come back to Germany tomorrow morning.
Okay, but obviously the confidence is there. You think West Germany can go on and win the Coca-Cola Cup for 1981?
Yes, I think so.
Joseph, what has been the reaction of the people back home, the fact that Qatar have reached the final of the Coca-Cola Cup?
I think all people in Qatar and in Arabian world is very happy because, you know, in Qatar we have just 200,000 population, and of this 200,000 we have 11 players go play in final in World Cup. I think we are very happy, and actually Australian people too is very happy because the people especially in Brisbane and Newcastle and here in Sydney is like to Qatar team win in every match. And I say to all people here in Australia, thank you very much for all being here.
Often the greatest soccer event ever held on Australian soil. Your commentators are Johnny Warren and Jerry Harrison.
Cricket ground. It's a very wet, soggy Sunday afternoon here, but it'll take more than a pouring rain to dampen the spirits of a very great occasion. Well, this is my view, and the view that Johnny Warren and I will have from the dizzy heights of the Fremantle stand. And out it goes. This is a very, very big pitch. It's 120 yards by 80, and this will surely be the biggest pitch that any of these players have played on. Of course, Qatar with the advantage of having played it once already. And there's an opening here for West Germany already. They're looking for a bit of support, and Antis should have been there to knock that cross in from Wolfart, but nobody there, and the offside trap beaten very succinctly there. A check that he was onside. He was, but there was nobody there to help him. Getting it back to Zorc. They've pushed up, leaving, of course, a lot of dead ground, which the goalkeeper comes out well to cover. Goalkeeper has to be pretty busy in these circumstances, Johnny.
Yeah, especially playing the offside trap. He has to act as the additional sweeper, which he does, the Qatari goalkeeper does quite well. But already the Germans appear to have done their homework on the offside trap, and it's been set 3 times and they've broken it twice, so it's going to be up to the Qataris to counter this.
They're putting the squeeze on them there, and they're in a bit of trouble. This is good play. And there's a chance here for Wolfart, and the tackle just came in time. But they were definitely caught. Qatar couldn't get the ball away. Afifa was caught. It's an excellent challenge here by Schön, and inside to Wolfart. He should have hit a better challenge, and out it goes. Zorc gets to it, and there's Badir Bilal going for the shot, deflected, coming out to Al Mohammadi. Al Mohammadi wins well. He's done a good job here. Got a good left foot too. Al Mohammadi getting in well, and the stretching foot of goalkeeper Volborn saves West Germany. Excellent work by Al Mohammadi though. Struggling there. The cover wasn't good, and when one man was beaten, that was enough. Mohammadi is now at the back of the box, but they're playing it short here to the back Almas. It's a challenging header, but the goalkeeper should have that, but he's having to come wide, and now he's struggling. He's got to get back. Volborn back on his line as Al Sada beats one man. They're really running it well here. Mohammadi strikes and misses. Trying to find Axel Brummer, he doesn't get anywhere near him. Wolfart chasing here. Wolfart gets it. Now he's got Antis on the right. Antis getting inside his man. He needs support now on the near post. Antis. Wolfart couldn't get it. There's a chance here. Oh, what a squandered one. Amazing. Axel Brummer should have really tucked that one in. Antis did a good job here. Wolfart couldn't quite get it, and that one wasted. And now it's Al Mohammadi getting over there. Al Mohammadi trying to cross. Well, there Bilal was in there, but goalkeeper's got to come for it. Gets it, but is fouled.
Moved well there. And he gets a free kick. Mohammadi misses it, and Wolfart is away here. There must be a chance for them. Wolfart is through. Goalkeeper out. Good goalkeeping now. Axel Brummer just couldn't get it before Mayouf got it to him. But still, Qatar can't clear it. Brummer still with it. Schön looking to beat that trap again, and offside. Antes just really added slightly, but you can see the line. Chance to cross one in. If Wolfart can get this one, there's a chance for Antes to pick up the rebound. He's done it. Antes the cross, it's a good one. And an opportunity now for Sievers. Oh, what a brilliant save that was. Absolutely superb by Yunus Ahmed. And Sievers, the man motoring through from midfield, denied there by pure brilliance. But the corner is on. Ahmed getting in there again. Powerful punch, but not out of danger yet. And offside there. Mayouf thumping it back through the water. Lerzer, nice touch. Sievers. Axel Brummer. Should have a touch of speed here. He should be able to get past his man. Brummer still with it. And a chance here. Oh, and another brilliant goal kicking. The captain, Ralph Lerzer, came in. What a superb play, but in fact, as Brummer won this challenge after he beats Adil Ahmed, Lerzer should have buried that. He was off balance, and the goalkeeper clutched a difficult ball well. But a missed chance there by Lerzer. Oh, that's a risky, dangerous ball, and this short, casual play could be the downfall of either side, but Zorc does well to get it to Axel Brummer. Again, using his speed, down he comes on the edge of the area. And Al-Mohammadi, Al-Swedi rather, is having a few problems with that fella. Schön and Lerzer are in there. They must have a good height advantage here, West Germany. Lerzer. Ralph Lerzer sticks it in. Advantage certainly was there. He didn't really have to leave that much to it, but in it went. There was no real challenge there. The goalkeeper really struggling with this one. Good leap, in fact, and good direction too. And that's 1-0. And he's in trouble as the ball is still in play, and West Germany keep coming forward. But he gets up and faces the assault coming in from this flank. And the West German player is down now. Trying to change it wide here to Antes. Overlapping him well is Winkelhofer. He's done a good job here. And again the goalkeeper swoops. But the chances are beginning to flow. West Germany winning the ball in midfield, but not for FIFA as he battles through the water to get Badir in a good position. Oh, Badir beats his man beautifully. Badir's cross and knocked over and wide by Al-Sada. Al-Sada had a super chance there. He only had to stick a foot out. Wolfart beaten by Mayouf. Forward comes Sievers again, trying to get one through the middle, and they're away. They're onside, and it's Wolfart with a chance for number 2. Roland Wolfart beats the offside trap. Well, Qatar were protesting about that. They're still protesting. They're going to the linesman to say, what about the offside? But was it or not? From this angle, we can't see. The linesman says definitely not. And away goes Roland Wolfart. He's got time, and he picks his spot well.
Yes, from this position, Jerry, it wasn't offside, and that's the danger that Qatar have run throughout the whole tournament, that a team who do their homework, such as the Germans have, and beat this offside trap, and they pay the penalty now with this excellent second goal.
And still the protests continue. The linesman being surrounded, the referee saying, let's get on with it, because I'm saying it's a goal and it's 2-0. And Qatar in danger of cracking up. And this is where Evaristo, the Brazilian coach, must control things. Still the protests go on.
For world youth supremacy. The next 45 minutes was to decide their fate as we pick up the action of the second half.
Salem gets it wide to Mohammadi. Picked up well by Sievers, and away goes Axel Brummer. Inside him is Wolfart. Brummer getting down to the line. Wolfart's going to be pulled back, and that was an obvious free kick. Is it going to be a booking? If it is, there's going to be trouble for somebody, because he's been shown the yellow card once. And a free kick. Lerzer and Schön are in there with Wolfart. Axel Brummer on the near post. Axel Brummer leaps, and Wolfart going for it. Puts it in, but handball, says the referee.
Well, it's bad luck for Wolfart, because he's on 4 goals for the tournament, equal first with Mark Kousas and Tahir of Egypt.
Support here by Zorc. Oh, and acres of space for Antes. Wolfart gets to the near post. Here he is. Oh, hit the bar, and Brummer hit the bar. Zorc, and it's still going. Schön deflected away, and how did Qatar survive that little lot? Pure luck. Twice they hit the woodwork. What an amazing series of incidents as Antes gets it forward. That was Wolfart, that was Brummer, and this is the corner, and it's off the line. And a miss, and away by Afifa, and still they're in trouble. On the goalkeeper holds that one like a hot potato. Winkelhofer, a nice ball down. And away goes Lerzer, and here's a chance here now for number 3 by Wolfart. And again, the goalkeeper superb. Wolfart should have wrapped that one up. Al-Sada should have had that ball off him, so should Salem, but that was good play by Al-Swedi, the substitute, and now Salem with a chance to get one over to Badir Bilal. Badir trying to turn. Al-Mohammadi is there, but there was no way he could stick a foot to that, and he couldn't score from that angle, really. Schön through the middle for Wolfart. Wolfart's away. He must have a chance. Wolfart for another one. And that must be a penalty. He didn't get him the first time. He didn't get him the second time, but he said he got him after that. Well, Wolfart's away here. Almas grabs him once. He has another go. Then he says, I'll get him this time. But he's in the area so clearly. There's not even any dispute, surely, that that is a penalty kick. So Lerzer, so cool, so arrogant, and succinctly put in. And there is total dejection from the Brazilian bench, but there's no argument about that one. Well, it's a guessing game here, and he got it wrong. Brunner batting again, but it's Al-Swedi to beat him. Al-Swedi still coming, trying one. Good effort. Well, he's the captain who's trying to say to the coach, I'm sure, that dropping him in earlier games was a mistake, and he's looked pretty positive, John.
Yes, it's been an inspiration since he's come on. The one bright spark in the attack of the Qatar team at the moment. One wonders why he wasn't in from the start of this match.
A throw-in to Qatar. A temporary lull in the Germans' forward drive, giving Qatar a little bit of space to get some honour back. Treeb, and that's out. Al-Mohammadi looking for the quick throw. Al-Sada. Al-Mohammadi has it. Al-Mohammadi getting down to the line. Treeb brings him down. And a free kick to Qatar. Al Sada gets himself onto the near post. Badir Bilal. And that's Badir Bilal leaping over the top, touched by goalkeeper Folborn. And that'll be a corner. Badir Bilal is on the penalty spot. Goalkeeper leaps, catches well, couple of nudges, that doesn't bother him. And still they come forward. Flicked on well by Al Mohammadi. Badir Bilal, the number 9, is really working so hard. Al Sada trying to change it over there to Afifa. Afifa seems to be impeded. No, it's a free kick. Schön, the number 13, was penalised there. Is this too far for a direct free kick? Let's see. Chipped up into the space, well headed away by Schmidt-Kunz. Salem Al-Swedi into the arms of the goalkeeper. But again, it's the substitute Al-Swedi who's the point of the arrow for Qatar. It's poured down from the minute this game started, indeed for the few hours beforehand, but still the Qatar poured forward despite the condition they find themselves in. But it was Zorc who got that one, and now it's Antes on the break, and there must be a chance here for number 4 for Germany. Antes. Again, the goalkeeper saves the first, but not the second. Antes comes alive for the first time in the last 20 minutes, and this time you must feel a little bit sorry. Qatar pushed everyone forward in a desperate attempt to get something back, and the goalkeeper seemed to have done a marvellous job here when left 1 against 1. But the rebound is fortunate for Antes, and he stuffs it in. 4-0. Double cover there, and it should be easily set up for Schön, but that's a giveaway to Badir Bilal. Bilal doing well here, good cross, and a nice touch, and wide. They're desperately unlucky. Al Mohammadi there, the goalkeeper was dead and buried. A nice bit of work by Badir Bilal, a little touch by Al Mohammadi, goalkeeper couldn't see it. As we passed the 90-minute mark with a score 4-0, the German player went down when somebody tapped his ankle. As the referee says, I'll have the ball, it's all over. Dejected figure of the Qataris, the delight of the Germans as they exchange shirts, and a smile from Dietrich Weiser, the West German coach. The champions, 1981, West Germany.
Germany were not the only winners. Mark Curtis of Australia received the Golden Shoe Award for the leading goal scorer in the championship for 1981.
I can see the games you play. It's something to remember. I could hear you calling to your friends.
How it all started. It's pretty sad that it's all over, but we've had a great 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think for all sports fans in Australia, it is very sad it's over, but it's been a tremendous tribute to Australian sport, and particularly soccer.
Obviously, one of the things that came out of it, as we spoke about earlier in the program, the great advancement for Australia.
Very much so. I think there's probably still lessons to be learnt there, and I think Qatar was symbolic of the fact that if you do your preparation right, that anything's possible for a country of 200,000 people to reach the final, and to learn from the great Brazilians I think there's a message there for all soccer countries.
John, the first championship in Tunisia, or it was a tournament then Japan, finally FIFA recognised it as a World Youth Championship. They're now calling it the Junior World Cup. Obviously, the standard of play in this tournament has justified the confidence put in them by FIFA.
Well, I think everyone was impressed by the standard, not just the standard, perhaps, but the manner and the spirit in which the whole tournament was played. It's a natural progression with this World Youth Championship now every 2 years leading into the World Cup, and you see a player like Argentina's number 3, Gordillo, is now in Menotti's Argentinian World Cup squad, and there'll be a lot more players I feel sure we're going to see in Spain, but also in '86. And for Australia's point of view, of course, this youth team, the guys that did such a tremendous job, will be the basis for our '86 World Cup challenge.
John, the international press writers and commentators voted Romulus Gabor as the player of the series, followed by Michael Zorc of West Germany and Roland Wolfart of West Germany. And certainly I think they've done a great job there because they were 3 of the outstanding players of the tournament.
I don't think anyone would dispute the choice of the top 3. I was hoping, of course, and it's unfair probably to single out any of the Australian boys, but I thought Paul Kay may have just got in there somewhere.
John, the fact that the Australians won the Fair Play Award, that was a great way for them to finish the tournament after winning the imagination of the crowds.
Yes, I think it's a credit to the coach and to the players that they were able to put on such a good show and play the game in such a fair spirit.
Well, as we look back, obviously it was free from politics. It was a great sporting event, one that we'll remember for probably the rest of our lives, the biggest sporting event in Australia since the 1956 Olympic Games.
And a tremendous honour for soccer, I think, to repeat what we said earlier. It's now the ball's in soccer's court, if you like, and it's up to soccer now to convert the tremendous amount of enthusiasm and potential that this World Youth Championship has exposed.
John, thanks for joining us on the programme this afternoon to wind up our coverage on Network 10 of the World Youth Championship. We obviously look forward to the next tournament in 1983. OK, well, I hope you've enjoyed it. This has been David Fordham for Network 10, signing off from the World Youth Championship for 1981.
I can see you, I can see the games you play. In the sun, ain't it something to remember? I can hear you calling to your friend. Everyone, it's the time to be together. Gonna give it all you got. Kick it around, you can really turn it on now. And I know you're gonna give it your best shot. It's alright, 'cause you're really going strong now. Yes, you're gonna do it